top four, but the way they played, that's what really stood out. I think far more aggressive.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and it'll be my first ever night game live stream. Let's get straight into it. And Geelong St Kilda, looking forward to it as well.
Probably didn't cash in as much as he could have, but
it's going to be very, very exciting, I reckon.
Running best, forward half was really good. The wingers played.
Hopefully the viewers can pick up soon.
It was a complete performance from the Fremantle side.
So good signs for Fremantle. Fremantle fans can sit
Getting
back
a bit excited for this one. Hopefully we can see a Geelong loss. Fingers crossed.
St Kilda's. Your Saints need to win to stay in the 8. But there's been a bit of late drama down at GMHBA Stadium. So this was Patrick Dangerfield undergoing some sort of late fitness test. We believe he is now a late out with calf tightness, and he's not the only one. So Blitzarves is also a late out. Segler's been made the sub.
That's terrible.
Dowhouse, Zaptui, and Sam Menegola are in. So plenty happening at GMHBA Stadium, and the game hasn't even begun yet.
Yeah, and if you're St Kilda, well, you've got to take the opportunity.
That's shocking
now.
for my fantasy.
We know how important he is from a versatility point of view for Geelong. He just plugs so many holes. Dangerfield, clearly a star. So the trip down the road is a really, really difficult one. It's just become maybe a fraction easier for a Saints team that if you want to announce yourself as a
huge loadout. Dangerfield out. I already heard about the big late-ins from Tui and Menegola. I mean, we could see it happening. Geelong didn't have some management issues and got rid of Blitzarves and got rid of Segler, who is the medical sub and St Kilda's medical sub, I think. I'm not 100% sure, actually. I have to double check that one.
For the Saints, and it's a good one. Rui Dougal-Howard back from that B3 in what is
Zach Jones.
AFL game. A timely return given the star power in the Cats forward line.
Put the words out of my mouth. Timely, absolutely. So he'll take one off Hawkins or Cameron. I think probably dependent on position. They like him to be the deepest. Dougal-Howard. Probably Callum Wilkie gets the other. So great.
Hopefully the viewers can pick up soon.
This is a massive game at GMHBA Stadium. A top 8
should be a fun game, nevertheless, though.
Difficult matchup. He is time for a quick
huge though. 3 laydowns
on the other side. This is Saturday
for Geelong.
On Fox.
I haven't even said who's going to be replacing him.
Oh man, the tension.
Oh, I could have done that.
No. Yes.
At HBF, we're as passionate about
Tell you what, they're pretty big injuries. Dangerfield, Blitzarves, Selwood and Rowan. Obviously, Selwood and Blitz have been managed, but still, they're pretty big changes.
Value means more with a $6 small Big Mac meal.
Late in Luke Dowhouse. It is confirmed. Luke Dowhouse has just been not subbed into the game. He has now been a confirmed starter now. It's going really well for him. And I think it'll be a smashing now, like not as big as I thought. And all these outs.
That'll be a home run approval.
That's fast.
We're not going to let this one get away. With a fast NAB home loan approval, our experts are here to help.
Should be a fun game though, hopefully.
More than money.
Just finished watching Bulldogs versus Fremantle. That was a fun one. Doc has just got up, and also just before watching that one, I watched Gold Coast versus Hawthorn, and Hawthorn just won in Ben McAvoy's 250th. So yeah, I've been quite busy with AFL today. This is already my third game for the day.
So that's covered. Hey, she'll get your restaurant's website up and running.
Keep you guys updated on Richmond versus Port Adelaide as well, as best as I can.
I'm Marcus. I just want some wontons.
It's a 7:40 game, so it's going to finish 15 minutes after the game, which does mean that you won't find out the final result if obviously not done, so you probably won't know the final results.
Custom clothing you love too much. Jeremy Cameron. What's he going to do with this? This is someone who knows all about the big trades.
I'm really hoping for a good game here. I chose this one specifically for a good game. Fingers crossed. 2 games to watch today have been pretty good. And in a suffocation the first game and a bit of a shootout in the second game. Should be a fun one.
I grew up in a family doing projects at halftime.
Where are all
If his team
my
was losing,
viewers
he
for
was in the
this?
garage. It was time to start that project. Get a project done with the lowest prices and enjoy the footy.
3M Bluetooth earmuffs, only $99.
At the moment, got absolutely no
Essentials
viewers.
kit, $179.
I want to check how much people have actually viewed my stream.
Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item will be
Overall, 2 people.
Lowest
Yeah.
prices are just the beginning.
Yeah, that's shocking.
You're watching Super Saturday on
And we're already 5 minutes into the video, the live stream.
Geelong hosting St Kilda. The Cats out to make it 11 straight wins. The Saints trying to stay in the top 8.
Fun fact, actually, Geelong have not lost since last time these 2 teams met at Marvel.
They have not beaten Geelong in Geelong since 1999. So they have to be at their absolute best if they're going to break that 23-year record tonight.
Oh, it's a tough trip. Never tasted success down there in my career. So I know what these boys are up against. Can't wait for this matchup. Max King going up against
St Kilda always shit down here, though. No, I'm not going to win.
So you want to get early points if you know you're going to be coming up
If
against
Cats lose by 150, though, I'm pretty sure Collingwood can be first.
We've seen him just over the last few weeks get up the ground a little bit more.
I doubt it, though.
Just bring a bit of variation to his game, not just waiting for the ball deep, but actually hitting the logos.
It might even have to be bigger than 150, to be honest. 150, that would not be enough. I've done that math completely wrong.
Where does he go to?
That is shocking math. It would have to be more like 300. That's not going to happen, so yeah.
I think it's maybe a Mitch Duncan.
So if you're just tuning in, Patrick Dangerfield is the late out. Let's hear why. Here is the man.
Got Patrick Dangerfield here with me. A late withdrawal. We saw you in the warm-up. Just looking at your calf a little bit. Fill us in. Is it just precautionary?
Yeah, it's got a bit tight. And then, given the last time I re-aggravated my calf, and to be honest, I just didn't trust myself to make that right decision so close to game time. And this time of the year, I suppose, given the situation that we're in, that conservative route is the best path forward.
Is it the same calf as last time that you had those issues with?
Yeah, exactly. It's the same spot. So if it was anything else, it had been a bit tight during the week, even though I'd trained fully. So I was confident in that regard, but then just a bit on decel tonight, it just didn't quite feel right. And in the back of your mind is just that decision-making around, how long I was out for last time and just making the mature decision around where we're at and where the season's at.
Is it a little bit frustrating for you?
It is, but it's almost a relief, to be honest, because at the time it's sort of like, it's so close to game time, the crowd's starting to roll in, and there's the emotion around wanting to be involved in that, but then there's the practicalities around making a good decision when it's just not quite right.
Paddy, we hope it's not too long out on the sidelines and it's just a minor little tweak. Best of luck, of course, to the Cats tonight. Jace, it's up to you.
No point trying to risk it when you're on a 10-match winning streak as well.
Yeah, it's still a really difficult decision to make and a horrible situation to be in for a player because you're always unsure.
It's a huge out, though. Like, he was so good against the Dogs in the second half last week. He was pretty good in the first half as well.
So it's clearly a decision made with the timing in mind. So close to the final series.
Well,
the fact that they
we've reached a 2-viewer count. That's our best so far. Let's have a look at who it is.
They have got the luxury to do these sorts of things and manage.
Comment down in the chat.
Because they are on a 10-game winning streak. Remarkable to think
Do
they could
not
enter the
leave
final series on a 13-match winning streak.
live stream.
Great scenes here at GMHBA Stadium. Not long to go now until the first bounce. And I really wanted to quiz you on the Saints, Rui, because this is a tough 3-week stretch for them if they are to play finals. So Geelong in Geelong tonight, then Brisbane and Sydney to finish the regular season. Both games at Marvel. You'd think they'd have to win perhaps 2 of those to play finals.
2. Well, the Dogs did them a favour tonight by dropping that game against the Dockers. We know Richmond are breathing down the neck of the teams that are inside the 8 at the moment, of which St Kilda are 1. So in a way, the fact that you've got such challenging games coming in, it means if you get there, you're going to be in really good form. So I think that's the attitude you've got to take into these sort of contests, that if we're going to have any sort of impact come September, we need to win one or two of these games. And Brett Ratton, he's done a great job this season in, I think, elevating the group past our expectations coming into the season. They got to 8-3. They've had a rough patch through the middle, won the last two, and all of a sudden, finals are back on the agenda again. So if they can capture the form they had earlier in the year, let's not forget, they beat this Geelong team, well, what was it, about 3 months ago, playing brilliant pressure football and converting off the back of it. So that's what they need to bring tonight.
Yeah, so it's what are you looking out for?
Thanks, guys, for the 42 subscribers as well. But
they're probably trying to work out who's playing, who are the laid outs, because they've had about 5 changes in the lead up to this game.
I don't think too much ruffles, Chris Scott, but
No, not when you're on a 10-match winning streak. But
game just about to start, so this is where the viewers will pick in. I'll pick up if
they play their best football when
they're
they bring great
supposed
pressure.
to.
This group, it's the contrast is so stark between their best and worst.
This
So
game,
it's something that you can control and you can bring and you can dictate. So that's what I'm looking for.
Are they going to break the drought tonight? St Kilda
this
trying to beat
so
Geelong
far.
in Geelong for the first
Here
time
we go.
since 1999. Here we go for the first term from GMHBA.
Here we go. The bounce is underway.
Marshall and Stanley to get us underway.
Here we go.
Stanley did well with the tactics in the middle, but the clearance.
Atkins trying to get the clearance. Smothered. Stanley, Parford. Clearing kick. Cameron. Sinclair. Wood with hands on the ball. Till we got him. Feisty. They look some of the Geelong players that have come in late. High ball. It's long. Oh, free kick going to go the way of St Kilda, and it's the man who's back in, Dougal Howard.
Howard, who now gives it to Josh Battle. Run from behind is Webster to Wilkie. Down the line. Slapped away by Owens.
Guthrie.
Zach Guthrie.
Chaps it. Got it to Duncan out of bounds.
Zach Guthrie, what a great season he's having. Personal best, 13 straight AFL games for him. He's found his spot in the team, locked it in. Benefiting from that consistent football at this level. Atkins. Wood taken down by Parford. Gets to his feet. Releases the football in one motion. Winhager.
Patton.
To Patton. Spirals a
launching ball. Blitzavs. No, can't be Blitzavs. He's laid out. What am I talking about? That must be deconing then. They look the bloody same. Long ball. Sharman, he's playing forward this round. Hill goes back. And St Kilda are going to get the first look. Through Sinclair. Not a known goal kicker. And the Saints are going to line up for the first one of the match. Can you believe? Great start. He kicks this Carney, he's going to go absolutely berserk. He's at the game.
Really clever kick to square it up to get this first shot on goal.
Jack Sinclair goes back
Good start for the Saints.
and squeezes it in. First goal of the game, Saints. Good start. Very, very good start.
Looks a little unimpressed. Dogs away to a flyer
Start.
last week. The first
Start
score
that
of the
you'd
game.
want.
Good start here.
The Dogs did get a good start against them last week, though. Next week, I'm streaming Sydney versus Collingwood, and I'll definitely think about it. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'll definitely think about it. I may stream the big Friday night blockbuster next week, round 22.
Which one are you saying?
A lot riding on it for the Saints. I think with the outs we've spoken about, I'm on the Saints bandwagon for tonight.
I'm joining you. I just got a feeling of an upset on it, BT.
Okay, they're tipping it, and it's a good start pointing in that direction.
Well, obviously, for St Kilda versus Brisbane, if I do remit, I mean, if not, I mean, it's just that, really.
Geelong, how long does it go on?
Port Tigers subs are now in.
Out of the side tonight.
It's Jason Castagna for Richmond and Riley Bonner for Port.
touch call. Well trapped. Gee, that was really, really well done by
All
Long.
right, Geelong gonna go. Parfit, close. Guthrie, the one man that we cannot let touch the ball for fantasy. Wide ball towards the wing. Nice hand on it by Patton. And they get it out of bounds, the Saints. So, decent start by the Saints. Not bad. Not bad at all. 4 viewers. Good to see the viewer count picking up. Welcome to the stream if you just joined. And if you just joined, big news. Mark Blitz is a big laid out just being managed. Paddy Dangerfield reported calf tightness. He is also a big laid out. And the other one was just a real arrest, really. Jonathan Segler is an ounce as well, but he's the medical sub. Good to see someone adding to the poll votes. Means that they might be here to stay. Who knows? In we go. Tom Hawkins takes it out of the ruck. Stengel round the body, hit the belly of the ball. Atkins. Oh, Tui. Got it. Geelong with their first. And it's gone to a man who's starved of opportunity. Just finding his way back in the side, Zach Tui. Looks like they might be playing him forward. Very interesting. If you haven't been listening into AFL today, also big results. Hawthorn getting the job done over in Tassie. Freo with an upset over the Dogs, and arguably the biggest story of the day. The Giants getting over the Bombers by 27 points in a huge upset. My internet seems to be a bit slow.
We just see with this tag that St Kilda are running, it means that the other St midfielders are going to be aware that Guthrie's going to try and play a 2-on-1, and Atkins is the guy that's going to get free. So they're going to have to play with some accountability. These other
So are they going to tag Guthrie? Is that what I'm hearing?
Stanley.
Because if that's the case, then that's a very much a good thing. Guthrie. Dowhouse. Atkins, Myers. And there'll be a ball up. I'm very excited for this game. As you can tell, I'm pretty excited about it, but no viewers, unfortunately.
Round 9 at Marvel Stadium. Cats looking for 11 straight tonight. Stanley.
Cameron.
Jeremy Cameron.
Goes immediately in on the lead. Finds his twin tower partner in crime, Tom Hawkins.
Jeremy Cameron first made the move from GWS. The rest of the competition went, wow, how are we going to stop these two? And we are now really seeing them both combining at peak.
Yeah, it's incredible synergy, isn't it? As soon as he grabbed that footy, he was in and out of the play, rolling around, and Hawkins ready.
I really hope Geelong finally lose a game, not only for the Pies to have the best form rate in the comp, but give us a chance for the minor premiership. He's missed that, Hawkins. Normally expect him to flush that, though, so that's a good let-off for the Saints. They've dropped off from their, explosive start, the Saints. Howard goes long and left toward the wing. Nearly had hands on it, did King. Sinclair traps it. Oh, nice kick too. Butler. Good play. Butler hasn't heard the whistle. Now he has. Goes long towards the boundary. Marshall had a hand on it. Hanbury trapped it. And free kick going to go O'Connor's way for the Cats. Of course, we know Geelong getting the job done just because of that amazing third quarter against the Dogs last week. And the Saints nearly choking to the Hawks as well on the Saturday. Nice fist. Guthrie does trap it. Windhager looks like he's going to do the tagging job on Guthrie, which is good. Oh, nice hands by Managola to Zach Guthrie.
inside 50.
Myers. Webster saves the day. Flicks it off. Hunter Clark. And now Geelong have got it again. O'Connor. Zach Guthrie. Nice kick to Dowhouse. Dowhouse got to go. He goes backwards. Duncan, they've got two open players on the other side. Goes to Buse. And Tui's got it again. And Tui's going to line up for a second. Nice ball movement by the Cats. And Zach Tui can line up for his second goal. Good start for the late inclusion. The one of three late inclusions. He's such an important player when he's on though.
It's not easy when you're under pressure in a game of AFL footy.
Already kicked one. Zach Tui from the pocket.
Decent effort, but it's behind.
Zach Tui should continue to do. Look at the scoreboard and see how much time he's got to go. Umpires can call play on if you are deliberately wasting time. You don't automatically get the 30. And he needs to be very, very careful of that. Holmes, Tui, Butler, Smith, got it to bend back into the field and play nicely. Stengel in front.
Out of bounds.
We're seeing the Saints.
Okay, so we've had a total of 8 views, so we've had people popping in and out.
Continue to squeeze them, rush kicks, and then chew it up on the turnover and the intercept and head back in.
Hawkins. Little tap. Crouch.
Working hard on the bottom of that pack.
Trying to get it out, Marshall. Hanbury gets in there. Ball up.
And field position so important on this ground, Jones. He's 6-2 Geelong with clearances. St Kilda are going to have to get better around the ball.
Stengel hits it at speed.
Stengel. Close. Dowhouse. Out of bounds.
Really last week, Joe. The guys that got off the train in that third quarter with the small forward of the football, it was close and it was Stengel. Those were the danger guys.
And that's been the added dimension. I think they've got speed in the team now, Geelong, and they can run and burst forward quickly.
Guthrie feeds it back. Holmes was another who was so damaging last week. Smith stripped of it. Holmes went back and found it again. Socket off the ground by Battle. Outside 50. Again, the Cats have got coverage. O'Connor will get there first. Hill comes across to put some pressure on. He's got 3.
He was done very, very well here. 1 against 4. Long. Sets it up.
This 2-on-1, they should wrap this up. Stewart.
It was an amazing win last night too by the Pies, just saying. 11 wins in a row now. Winhager got the job on Cam Guthrie. Yeah, I've noticed that. Could be a big tagging role. I've noticed that as well. Dangerous, huge laid out for the Cats, yeah. It's a big one. But then again, that's couldn't risk anything. Right. Henry sets it up. Oh, Mark. And now Close. Brad Close will line up for another goal for the Cats for back-to-back goals. Starting to get on top now in this game. They're just gonna stay with them, the Saints. As Close comes in. Oh, that is what I want to see more of from Geelong. Missing loads. That is hilarious. How easy was that? So Webster off to Hunter Clark. Hunter Clark goes long down the line. A big fly by Sharman. Wood traps it. Sharman goes back in. Long. Ross. On hands and knees was Ben Long. A nice slap. And taken out was Max Holmes. He still has not been nominated for a rising star. We do know that.
Structure behind the ball. St Kilda are going to have to even up around the contest so that they can keep an even-numbered forward line.
Scott was obviously complaining about that.
Off the ground by
In
Wood.
like the first
Henry
couple of
tries
months
to
of the
feed it
season.
out to Holmes.
He got
It does
injured.
successfully.
Now he's back in the
Goes
side.
towards the pocket. Cameron.
I reckon he's back to
Wilkie tries
stay
to
as
nudge him
well.
under the football.
Unless he gets
Cameron runs
injured
into the
again.
big tackle. They hold him up to 52 from goal.
It's interesting, isn't it, that when you spend so much time on the ground geographics as St Kilda have done,
Just
and
a
they
minute
should do as well, because it's a
until
home
the
game.
Power get underway against the Tigers. There's also thinking about streaming that game as well.
And St Kilda just need a little dose of that at the moment here. It comes Parfitt.
Is anyone here saying, Mr. Lachlan, mate, you're literally like the only person pretty much that's come into this stream? I don't know. It's so dead, this live stream. As Richmond Port Adelaide is now underway at the Adelaide Oval. I'll keep you guys posted on that game throughout this one. Oh my. Yeah, you're really pretty much the only one that's come in. It's very, very dead, this live stream. I've checked. There's no one too big streaming this game. Obviously, Cardi's at the game because Cardi's favourite trip of the season is go to GMBA to watch his team get flogged by the Cats. As Hawkins marks, he should goal that. He won't miss that tomahawk. And he doesn't. He's got it. Geelong with their second. Nice stuff from Geelong. Just showing why they're top of the table side.
Hawkins, 1 goal, 1 early in this game, looking threatening. Up to a 9-point lead. It's 5 shots to 1.
Yeah, there's literally no one streaming it. I literally have no idea.
Just see this contest on the wing and then
You're a great streamer. Good job. Thanks, Mr. Lachlan. Appreciate it, mate.
Halfback flankers, men and goal are there. And have a look at Hawkins there, just being able to hold his strength and position. 10 inside 50s to 1 so far in this first quarter. And textbook finish from Hawkins. And if it wasn't men and goal,
In we go again.
right behind him as you suggest.
Marshall trying to win his own ball. And that's going to be a free kick. So what can the Saints do here? They've got 9 minutes left in this first term to try and conjure up the lead back. Higgins sets it up, and it's a shocking kick straight into the hole. Was Reece Stanley, the big ruckman from Geelong. If you're still there, Mr. Lachlan, tell me who you go for in the chat.
Looks for contact before he looks for anything else. Now Crouch looking to pinpoint the ball to Membry, and reading it nicely as Kolodjasny started well. Straight look there from Max King, who'd slipped his opponent, didn't get spotted. Kolodjasny game 150 tonight. O'Connor. Cats switch from side to side. We saw the Dogs.
I think that's supposed to say the Saints. Yeah, well, I'm with you, mate. I mean, who would want to barrack for Geelong, but in this one, I mean, in any game, really, but they're in a bit of trouble. The Saints are. What's going to happen here? Yeah, one on there, Callum Wilkie. Very, very nice.
Battle dials off to Hunter Clark, who's just forced to spiral it long to big numbers. King with a couple to beat.
Jay, good start for Richmond over in the East. And he's a very, very impressive start with an early goal to the defender, Daniel Rioli. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the Power win that. Hanbury, look at him. Oh, in a bit of trouble. Got rid of it. Tui. Parfitt. Oh, they're going to go off again, the Cats. They've got an open player in the square if they want to go one more. But they can't be bothered. And the shot will be taken by Stengel. Plays on. Round the body. There's another one for Geelong. That's 3 goals now for Geelong. And if the St Kilda side, if they can't stop this another minute or two, the game could be over.
Control of their game that it's basically all instinctive in the parameters of some guidelines, I'm sure. They look in sync, don't they? Everyone seems to know what everyone else is doing. Very predictable to each other. It's a beautiful touch little kick by Parfitt here. We spoke in the pre-game about finding those pockets of space and then creating overlap on it. And Geelong already have been so slick in that area, and you can just see by finding that
St
small
Kilda are in a bit of trouble early.
able to get a really pure
They need to compose themselves.
Balance right, haven't they? Their forwards pushing right up to get involved, and then working back towards goal.
Stanley just wants to go out of the middle by himself. The kick inside forward 50. Oh, that's really unlucky. Nothing going for St Kilda's way at the moment. Yeah, it's shocking by Google Howard. That probably was a free kick. Harsh call. Tomahawk's going to line up for another goal. This one's really going to be painful. As we can see, Tom Hawkins is third in the Coleman medal tally.
Hawkins blocks him from the drop zone, then returns to the football.
Yeah, that's pretty easy for Tom.
He's got 2 in the opening term.
Oh, dear. Well, it's nearly already the margin I tipped him by. I tipped 47 points, so this is going very, very well. I'm already one out of 4 for my tips, which is not good at all.
It is interesting. The ball is a long way away when he makes contact with him. It's a hard thing to govern and rule.
Getting beaten up around the ball, clearances, inside 50s, contested possessions, Jonesy. Jack Steele and the leadership group of this St Kilda midfield, they're the ones that are going to stand up and say...
My big call is no subs are made in the game. Well, I don't really know if we can count late changes, because that's just not fair. Charlie Dixon with a goal for Port Adelaide has them all squared up. Sinclair, nearly a throw towards the other Saints player. Absolutely crunched there was Owens. Higgins, Butler. Nice hand pass. Ross. DeConing. Stewart. Atkins, close. That's going to be a in the back or downfield free. Will be, and Geelong can take the advantage, though they shouldn't have. Easy uncontested mark for the Saints. That is well done.
They're under pressure, the Saints. Marshall can go to the far side. He's got a couple of runners. Goes to a 2-on-1 deeper. Kolajasnik wins that battle.
Stanley. Kick into the middle. Atkins, they want to go corridor, the Cats. Oh, now they're forced to retreat. Now they go back into the corridor. Isaac Smith bombs it. Bit of a mongrel to Henry. Good mark. Oh, that kick is absolutely superb for Cameron. And this could be a 5th for Geelong. I don't think this Windhager tag is working in their favour. Because Guthrie's already had the 6 possessions. 2 clearances. Yeah, no, it's not working.
54-28 for the year.
No, that's an ugly miss. Huge let off for the Saints. That one would have made it a real ugly start. And you just can't come back against the top team. Like, they're seriously the top team. Like, you just won't be able to come back from huge margins like that. So, that's a huge let off for the Saints. Especially just before quarter time. Good mark there by Max King. And Warner Hunter Clark.
because they haven't been able to create any forward half
Goal to Port Adelaide. They're up by a goal.
Such a deep position. They have to get through so many Geelong players, and then when you're going at
You're wondering
55% kicking efficiency,
how I know this.
you're not
I
really
am
doing
just
it very well. Yeah.
super smart. No, I'm just got the scoreboards and stuff up. Charlie Dixon kicks his second. 2 touches already, 21 fantasy points. Except for him and Prestia. They've really been the only two that really had a huge impact. Right, Winhager. Decent kick. Really got to make this work, Owens. Sets it up. Selwood. King. Higgins. Trip. Oh, that's a huge one. I'm not sure if I agree with that, but the Saints, nevertheless, are going to get a shot. That's a harsh trip. So it was already on the ground. And Higgins just fell over. It's a harsh call. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of that rule. That's still a good result for Collingwood and the Saints. Goal to Higgins. The reason why I say Collingwood is, well, I mean, I just back for. I mean, at the start of the season, I backed for whoever I want to win, like which team I prefer. But now that we're in the second half of the season, I just back for whoever Collingwood needs to win.
Quickly and easily, and the other one's finding it difficult.
I tipped Geelong to win just because, they're just top. And the reason why I tipped Port Adelaide to beat Richmond the other game tonight, is probably because of Richmond's either inaccuracy or their ability to just choke. Tom Lynch has actually, as I speak, for inaccuracy, has kicked it behind. They're down by 5 points, which is the margin I tipped Port Adelaide to win by. Falling again, Jack Steele with the clearance. Membry. Hill with the tackle. Can they get one more before quarter time? The Saints. Membry. Long ball down the line. Hunter Clark with a fist. Parfit. Decent hand pass. Stanley. Oh, no look at the Managola. The kick from the corridor is easily going to work for Henry. Oh, and 50. Geelong are going to have 5 in the quarter. Oh, that's terrible. That's very, very unlucky. Jack Henry, brother of the super sub from the Pies. Bang. Yeah, I'm not too sure what teams can do against Geelong. They're just literally the premiership favourite. I don't think any other team can compete with them. I mean, if Melbourne get their gig going before finals, though,
Good mark at the end from Henry, manoeuvre around a
it's a
couple of
chance
bodies.
of working.
And the 50 as well. Jono, was it Patton or Wilkie out there that just looked a little groggy?
It was Patton, BT. Trainers have been out to him, physios and doctors as well. He's waved them off. He's all good to go.
Okay. Long. To the advantage of Steele, but look at the Geelong jumper surrounding him. Ross was taken a little high in his attempt to win the footy at ground level. Looks okay, as Jono said. Duncan, gee. That was a solid meeting with the footy. Who was it under there?
Thanks, guys.
That was a great effort by Mason Wood.
They're being better around the ball as well, St Kilda. 5 of the last 7 clearances, and you love this attack on the footy here. Beelining the ball.
Gonna need it though, Mason Wood.
Nathan, a little smirk on your face. Anything in that?
So for a late goal for the Saints,
Did a terrific job.
this would be a much needed and very, very handy goal.
For those that can't see
smile on the dial of Nathan.
Need it. The Saints. I need the win. In my opinion, I don't think Richmond are going to make Port, so that's one result that's going to go their way. The Dogs' result scoring their way, so they'll still be in the 8, I reckon. Oh, look at that. Mason Woods. Superb goal. That's what they needed, the Saints. And all of a sudden, back to a 16-point margin just before quarter time. I think they'd take that, the Saints. They haven't been that good. Yeah, if I was Brett Rudden, I'd take that.
He was low, and therefore the sort of grey area, hard one to adjudicate, I get it. And the benefit of the doubt giving to him.
Already a good 13 and a half minutes into Port Adelaide versus Richmond, and well, we haven't really seen much in this game. Oh, as I say that, there is a goal to Richmond. Tom Lynch puts through his second scoring shot of the night. Richmond up by a point. Oh, whack ball off the deck by Hanbury. Long ball, nearly worked for Wood. Thrown him forward at the moment. Wide ball. Oh, nice mark by Stengel. This kid's been very good. That kick's also going to work, so maybe it's Geelong who are going to get the late goal. And St Kilda's defence just has to do absolutely everything to win this aerial ball. It's going to come in, and it may not. Duncan's got a booming kick, and this one could be on the siren.
Yes, just 2 or 3 little 15, 20-metre kicks. We see the fantastic mark by Stengel, but just Geelong force you to defend and be really thinking.
So it will be on the siren. This for a 6-goal Geelong blitz start. He's going to retake his kick. He's got a huge kick, Mitch Duncan. Is he going to go his famous barrel? He's kicked one here before. I think it was last year against West Coast. Oh, he's got it, Mitch. Oh, what a start by Geelong. There's another one. They're dominating. Looking good. As I say, Richmond get another point to shy Bolton. They're up by 2 points now.
I love a gripping cat room drama.
So yeah, there's the first quarter over and out, guys.
Foxtel broadband.
I'll just take a quick
affordable, reliable broadband for whatever we're watching
for a
next.
minute, and you'll see you guys in 12 minutes.
Sometimes you need a phone when they keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go. No, I can't go. Sometimes you need a friend. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win.
He fights for every inch. Toyota made sure his equipment does the same. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Every journey starts with a single movement. From starting steps to cross-country treks, to places of play and right through to finding better ways to work. From the equipment that keeps your daily life moving forward, to the reason you want to be home. Fuchs Lubricants, moving your world.
Introducing Primo Cafe Classics. Delicious and ready to eat, so you spend a little time doing this. And a lot of time doing this. Primo Cafe Classics.
I grew up in a family doing projects at halftime. Dad would be watching the footy. If his team was losing, he was in the garage. It was time to start that project. Get a project done with the lowest prices and enjoy the footy.
Free and Bluetooth earmuffs, only $99. The set
just $29.98.
Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
A membership for Uber and Uber Eats, it gives you savings and exclusive perks.
Membership with savings for guys who hate shirts.
A membership for sisters who got famous first. No. A membership that gives you savings and exclusive perks.
I'm with one.
I just got my first one.
I started smiling.
Well, we're both with one.
You were smiling.
Took him a while though.
All this together.
I heard you
Right.
Australians have one.
I'm back. Hopefully the Saints can have a better second quarter.
Just look for the symbol.
Oh, as I say, Richmond have got a third goal to Jack Ross, up by 10 points. Gee, that could be another tip wrong for me.
Yeah, in the 50s, I think.
I'm doing so bad. I'm one wrong. I've only got the one correct. 2 for this one. 2 out of 6 I currently am live.
Make the call. It'll be totally worth it. And bring this inner experience home. Watch on demand.
I mean, the games tomorrow aren't going to be very exciting. North Melbourne versus Sydney. Sydney will smash. Brisbane v Carlton. I don't think they'll be too exciting. I think Carlton will ease their way back in the second half, like Richmond did, but still Brisbane will hold on. West Coast Adelaide. That one's going to be a good one. And Josh Kennedy's last game. Surprisingly, the only player that's going to be fully out for retirement for the round, but we'll see a couple more, I reckon, in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, St Kilda, they got the first goal of the game, but then
Go the Saints, and with your mate, Callan. They're a long way back, but yeah, I just don't think they're going to win this now. It's just going to be so hard for them. Not against Geelong. I mean, you look where Geelong are, and look how good they are compared to all the competition. It's so hard to beat.
Well, they're getting plenty of the ball, aren't they? Because Geelong leading the inside 50 count 16-7, and it's dangerous times for any opposition when these Geelong forwards are getting that much ball.
9 marks inside 50 in a quarter. They're on track for a world record. This is unbelievable. 20 in a game is a huge number. So they're starting to have nightmares, those St Kilda defenders. If they can't slow the ball up the field, if the St Kilda mids can't do it a little
also
bit
expect
better
my
work
tipping
and put
video
pressure on Geelong's mids.
to come out not tomorrow. I'll probably film it tomorrow. Tomorrow. But just expect it out Monday.
At Marvel Stadium, albeit, but
as usual, I may film it tomorrow though. It was like that West Coast Adelaide game. It starts 4:10, 30 minutes earlier than normal. I mean, I'll probably be able to only watch like the last quarter of that game. I reckon it'll be close though. If it's not close, and you probably won't be bothered watching it. Here we go, second quarter. There's the St Kilda defensive group. The big eyes are on them. You need to see something better from your Websters, your Hunter Clarks, your Wilkies. Just got to see better from, mind you, Wilkies and all Australian contention defender. In we go. Marshall smacks it out, wins the clearance. Does Rowan Marshall whacks it towards the wing. Higgins, big collision with Stewart, Hanbury, Duncan, O'Connor. Brad Crouch got rid of him and out on the fall. He's actually he's got a very good record against Geelong, Dan Hanbury. So that's one positive for the Saints as Port Adelaide kicked their third goal of the game through Xavier Dersma, closing in on the end of that game. Brian Teakle though looks decent early.
Get it into space so quickly, and it's how they set up behind the ball and how well
I'm
they
obviously
are
going
drilled in finding the free.
aim to try and get
See if the Saints can unlock that complex puzzle in the second term. Marshall gets it
Brian
inside 50, quickly
Teakle.
past
soon.
To be first to get back
Maybe in
onto it
my
now.
fantasy.
Stewart.
I'm just looking at it. I'm gonna have to trade
Smith off his
Danger
right boot, goes towards Stengel, a
and
couple to beat, so
Cully,
he does the
I
discipline
reckon.
thing.
We know it's only a small advantage. But
And if not Cully, then
kicking to the end where most goals are kicked on this
I
ground.
can't really think of anyone else,
Been 20
really.
more goals to the right of screen than there has to the left, so it's not a big
In history,
We're allowed to see the game live.
not a huge advantage.
Mate, it's on Channel 7 on the TV if you want to watch it. Because I actually cannot show this because of copyright claim, mate. So, yeah, if you want this live stream to continue, then I recommend you try watching the game on TV. Put a label with a behind to Ollie Wines. Last year's Brownlow medal winner. Cool, yeah, all good, Callan, all good. Nice work by Butler. So the Saints are they're just playing with it a bit here. Probably playing with it a little bit too much. Now they go down the line, Membry. If Geelong kick one more, I reckon Membry's going to have to go spare behind the ball. Just the top teams will know that St Kilda do that. So they'll probably try and get someone to go down there with him. And pass over the top and out of bounds.
runs out of track. So, Nathan, when the Saints have that at halfback, they didn't set up a switch there. They're only ever going to go down the line. When Geelong have it, they seem to create multiple options.
Yeah, they do, and they're just a lot more precise and bold with their ball movement. I think the Saints are, there's an element of nervousness, really, because Geelong are so just dangerous defending and then obviously on the turnover.
Wood wrapped up by Holmes.
And they haven't had a tackle inside their forward 50 yet, St Kilda. When they get the ball in there, they need to get pressure on and keep it in there.
Marshall, lovely tap, was on the same page as Steele.
Nice hands by Wood. Round the body, holding the man. Free kick going to go to Mitch Owens. Against Tom Stewart. You don't normally get a free kick against Tom Stewart. Sets it up. And Sam DeCarney. What a player he is now for the Cats. Decent kick too.
O'Connor.
What's Connor Jasny going to do? It's a good play, Connor Jasny.
Jasny will go long.
Long ball down the line, Stanley. Very nice mark. Goes immediately. Tom Hawkins flicks it over the top. Just needs to pick it up, Myers. He can't pick it up though. And he's caught.
Hawkins would be now apologising, I reckon. Even then, from that passage of play, we see Geelong trapped over the far
What
side
about the
by the
start
Saints,
by
who defended
Dion
really
Prestia,
well, but
though?
they take it long down the line and then are
He's
able to create a
dominating
quick
that
play
game.
for a big clunk.
Atkins.
Nice hold up by St
Stanley's
Kilda
ability to
there.
mark that on the far side, turn and go quickly, and Geelong quickly resetting out the back.
I've got a bit of sniffles up. Been a bit. Well, I mean, I'm getting better, definitely, but I haven't really been hugely sick, but I've been a little bit sick this week.
Zach Jones, of course, the netting sub tonight.
Hopefully we don't see any of those medical sub boys on the field, otherwise I'll get my big call wrong. I haven't got one correct yet. Free kick to Marshall, a bit sore. Hopefully he's okay though. Needing to get going for my fantasy. Decent kick. They need to do something risky though, the Saints. Yet to really explore with their options yet in this quarter with 4 minutes into it. Sharman. Membry, nice tackling pressure though by the Saints. That has lifted. I feel like their two best wins in the last 2 years against teams that were big comeback wins was last year against West Coast. I felt like their tackling pressure was insane in that one. And this year against Geelong, it was very good. Oh, free kick. He's going to go Membry's way. He's got to get it quickly, though, before the Geelong defence settles. And it's too late. They've even got an extra down there now.
Geelong haven't been playing with as
Oh,
much
it's
flow as
shocking.
what they're
There's
able to do.
literally an extra spare in
Generally,
defence for
the teams either
Geelong.
get better around the ball or
This is not going to work for the Saints. Look at Membry. Oh, he's actually having a set shot, Membry. Yeah, no. Didn't attempt it. Actually got it to ground. That's a win for the Saints. Managola goes backwards. Duncan just bombs it out of there. Not his best kick. And Battle, that should have been a mark. Still somehow got boots of ball. Atkins claimed the mark. 9-15. Chased backwards. Kick risky. And works for Buse. Jed Buse. Oh, got himself into trouble. Sold the candy about 3-4 times there, Buse. And free kick going to go Geelong's way. They like that one, the Cats Army. Can hear the chance. Look at Managola screaming for it in the middle of the ground. Now he's streaming forward. They've got an open on that wing, but doesn't matter. Sinclair wins it. Crouch. Hanbury. Good kick, Membry. Gotta go, Membry. Gotta swing onto the boot. We do have some forward targets. Did he go to the right one? Answer is no. DeConing with the intercept. So, this is a bit frustrating for St Kilda. They're a bit bad this quarter. Their tackling pressure's up. They're getting their hands on the footy. It's just they're stuffing it up. Membry. Nice hand pass to Hanbury, but Hanbury's pass wasn't the best. Crouch. Windhager. High ball will work. And Owens is going to have a shot. As the siren sounds to cap off the end of the first quarter on the siren, Richmond get a goal to Shai Bolton. And he's gone off to Butler. And Butler, who goes off to Membry. They're playing with it, the Saints. Gee. 6 inside forward 50s to nothing for the quarter. And they're just playing with their food a bit there. Very, very lucky to come out with a set shot. Tim Membry, 6 touches of the footy. Not a bad start. No goals yet. But would like to add a goal to his name, I'm sure. He should sink it. And he does. First goal of the second quarter, Saints. We're about 7-8 minutes into it. 6 inside forward 50s to nothing. They've got their hands on the footy. And now they finally get a goal to capitalise off their hard work, the Saints.
Every team aspires to play front half. St Kilda have done it well. They've got the margin back to 16 points.
News has just come in about the caretaker coach, GWS, is Mark McVeigh. Very, very thrilled with their game against the Bombers.
Signs for the Saints. Good work by Sharman to keep his man away. It may have been illegal, but he got away with it, and it helped his man mark the footy in memory. Get the end result. Stanley.
Straight into it. Oh, the Cats, they want to try and get a nice inside forward 50. Myers just couldn't quite get it. Patton. Here we go. So it is 16 points, not bad.
Who is the ruckman? Who's first ruckman? His attack on the ball has been really positive.
Do you think Segler last week and sitting on the bench to Medi's up this week is just giving him a little bit of a, I better get this right?
I think Chris Scott's
Marshall.
telling him that your spot's not guaranteed.
Windhager.
It's a good thing.
Ross. Oh, free kick going to come back. Harford goes immediately as well. Flicks it off to Stewart. Stewart towards Hawkins. Out of bounds. Absolutely no idea where the viewers are going with this game. We've absolutely no viewers in it.
his second term.
After they pick up in the second half, though.
Challenge is to keep
In we
that
go,
going,
Marshall.
Myers.
Hawkins with a hand pass. Sinclair. Long ball. Oh, Sharman. Oh, didn't quite hang on to it. It was a decent grab. Well, attempt of a grab. Membry. Crouch. What's Hill going to do with it? Use his speed. And then drop the ball mid-air. Snatched off it when he tried to get his boot to ball. And had a fresh airy. And now it's out of bounds. Now hit the 1 hour mark at the stream.
What a great story, Cooper Sharman. Taking a flag in 2017, came down to Melbourne just to play, to go to uni. Played a bit of local footy with Rodney Eade, got noticed by recruiters. Great story.
Marshall.
So desperate to get it to Hill.
Crouch. Cameron. Oh, smothered. This could work for the Saints. Look at them. They've got Butler, Long, and Higgins all streaming towards goal. And the setup kick is going to work for King. And King's got to capitalise this. And if he does, then the Saints might be marching in this quarter. He's got to kick this, King. If he misses this, it'd be an absolute sitter, for one thing. So he'd embarrass himself. He's got it, King. Saints got 2 in a row. They're going to be happy with that, the Saints. Brett Rutten has a big sip of his water. Probably happy with what he's seeing in this quarter.
We've taken out the connection of Geelong at least. Geelong is still looking okay, but the connection hasn't been as synchronised as it was in the
So
first
10-point
quarter.
game. They've also been quite accurate. 5 straight to 6 goals for. That's 10 scoring shots to 5. For a 10-point lead, that could be 30 points.
It's critical contest.
Look at that. That's smother. Very nice by Ben Long. Then all 3 of them were just steaming in Long, Butler and Higgins, who've been their dangerous small forwards the past couple of weeks. King kicks the goal.
But it's the ability to create contests,
And the
win critical
Saints,
balls that's got the Saints back in this game.
the Saints are going to be happy with that.
Second term inside 57-1 as a result.
Here we go, Guthrie. Wood.
Pokes it forward. Dalhouse was slick.
Oh no. Free kick going to go to the Cats. And Managola on the lead finds the tomahawk. That's very annoying and close marks.
Just floats to the boundary. Collects just inside.
Tough kick.
Such a talented player.
Not tough for close though, because he's got it. Oh, he's hit the post. It just bent late. That looked like it's going straight through the middle. And then it just bent late. Significantly as well. Good work by Wilkie.
Find a little bit of traction here, St Kilda.
Just playing with it here, Wilkie and the Saints.
Here's what's lying ahead. It's not.
Wilkie goes even wider. Very wide. Ben Long very lucky to mark that inside the view to play. Goes even longer, and how good was that mark by Sharman? Hill got a push late, probably affected the kick. And now the Cats going to try and go and switch it. Now they're just playing with it as well. Now they want to go corridor. Now they're going to the wing instead. Dalhouse. First game in a little while for him. He's going to get a free kick. It's going to go all the way back to Dalhouse. Second quarter has now started for Richmond Port Adelaide. Nice shrug off by Managola. Sets it up at the back. Saints have numbers. Sharman, Webster, run down beautifully. Tui, run down by Webster. Atkins, gang tackled. Tui, and in the square. That's really unlucky for the Saints. No, deserve this, the Cats, but
Unbelievable run-down chase.
it was forward half pressure there. That's going to get this goal.
Chance for the Cats to just extend it back out to 17 points.
They get some breathing room, the Cats. Straight through the middle, Isaac Smith. 17-point game.
Timely goal for Geelong. Off the back of good forward pressure. Isaac Smith kicks his 9th goal of the season.
Early behind to Richmond to start this quarter.
Geelong and this tackle, that pressure from Parker.
Looks like it's to Jaden
So
Short.
good in this forward line, and you can see the hunger and the desperation for these fringe type players at Geelong who are in getting a game. They are hungry. They want to be involved, don't they?
Saints with the clearance, but Stewart. That's going to be caught. On the ball, well done, Mitch Owens. He's looked somewhat okay tonight, Owens. Long ball, bit of a push onto Koning. He really felt it in that contest. Don't know how that wasn't a free. He's still demanding for a free. A good 10 seconds after. Look at that. Clear push.
Been watching that matchup closely. Stewart v. Owens. It almost looks like he's playing in a defensive forward type role. Doing it well. Stewart just
Oh, that's going to be ball. Incorrect disposal. Saints to get a quick reply. Nice. Can still capitalise on it though.
Tackle inside 50 creates a turnover. It's been a much better quarter by St Kilda, and as we talked about, Josie, it's come off the back of their defence.
Named this for my fantasy as well, Jack Steele. He's the right player. You want having a shot at these. He has got it. And the Saints back to 11 points. It is the right man kicking him as well. That's very, very good. That's what you want to say from your captain.
As we close in on half time.
Cats are the worst.
Just that forward pressure
Bro,
there
it
from Jack
says,
Steele.
yeah.
Clearly dropping the ball, incorrect disposal, and a great finish.
Not sure much people would agree with me that they are the worst, but it's good to see.
Quarter, St Kilda playing a sustained game against
In we go, Stanley.
goal to one in it, Joe. Holmes.
Oh, look at Holmes. So speedy out of the middle.
The head of Cameron.
Well, good effort there by Windhager, Low Guthrie, Atkins, easy mark. Oh no, didn't get there. Isaac Smith looks a bit disappointed with himself there.
Isaac Smith saying, thanks, mate. I was there. So Brett Ratton would be happy with the 3-goal-to-1 quarter that he's found here in response to their first quarter.
Oh, Hawkins straight out of the ruck and literally threw it. He just chucked it to his opponent. Oh no, to his opponent, to his teammate. That was a free kick. Look at that, he just chucked it. Long ball, Membry. Higgins. Crouch. Smacked in the face. Duncan in trouble. And Steele let him know about it. What a rundown tackle that was. Trying to go quickly. Can't, but the kick is superb. Ben Long. Will he have a ping? He sets it up for Hill. Just couldn't hang on. Myers gets back to help. Who retreats to Guthrie. Guthrie to O'Connor. O'Connor long down the line. Over the head of Parfitt. Through the legs of Ross. Stengel. Ragdoll by Ross. Clark with the clearing kick. No one forward of the ball. Bounce will favour Sharman. Memory Windhager. The pressure and the chaos ball. Type ball movements come into this one a bit more. Out of bounce.
Yeah, Jack still needs a huge amount of the credit. He's been the one that I think
Massive goal for Port Adelaide, the first of the second quarter. Going to Jeremy Finlayson, who's probably up there with Recruit of the Year with Marby Chol, and your Patrick Lipinski, and your Will Brody, Jordan Clark, Jordan Dawson, all up there, Tyson Stanley. Just to name a few, Stanley, Isaac Smith, long ball. Free kick going to go Hawkins' way. He wants it immediately. Wants to go, but he doesn't have anything on. He goes with a risky kick to send our forward, but Ben Patton has it. Clark. Hill's kick could work. Hi, Jake. Good to see you've joined us. Long ball. Sinclair's got it.
Continuous efforts. Hanbury thought about Clark. Once again, probably didn't step off the line.
Long ball. Look at that kick. Wilkie can go if he wants. And he does want to.
So once again,
long ball and Wood at the back has a ping. Just didn't get the bounce. Behind.
Trying to move the ball from their deep forward 50. They're creating turnovers in the forward half of the ground, which has got Geelong on the back foot.
Guthrie with the kick in. Assesses the options and decides straight.
Guthrie launches it. Look at that. Straight down the middle of the ground. Sharman.
Tried to feed it through to Windhager.
Oh, Wood. Interesting kick. Hill. Out of bounds.
Tom Stewart there trying to get back out onto the field. Jack Henry as well. Jono, quiet night for Tom Stewart. So often their launch pad from the back half.
Yeah, it certainly is, Jace, because it's just they're flooding back with numbers and they're getting a lot
High
of numbers
ball.
back there in Geelong and they're
Isaac
overshooting
Smith.
around a bit. He just hasn't been
Sharman, this could be ball.
Links at all coming out of that back
It's
half.
not.
Just the 5 touches for Stewart. 24 a game he averages BT and 8 marks. Tonight, 5 touches, no marks.
Yep. You know, it won't happen
Guthrie.
in consecutive games. That is one sure. Maybe not even consecutive halves. Wilkie. Oh,
Good mark.
Really good. Sort of gone past the footy.
Looked pretty good tonight, Sharman. His hands.
So the last 4 minutes. Sharman sideways to Hunter Clark.
Nice kick.
Just owning the footy at their end of the ground now, the Saints. Membry and Battle.
Good kick by Battle.
Could have gone to Ross. Wanted to stay in the corridor, though. And good decision in doing that to Patton.
So, can they get another launch? We've got 3 minutes and 16 seconds to do it. Look at Patton. He goes inside forward 50 deep. Long. Out of bounds. On the full.
One Geelong player I'd love to see a lift out of is Atkins.
Point to Port Adelaide. Jeremy
Geelong need
Finlayson.
him to really fire, and he's only had 5 possessions at this point of the game after what's been a career best season for him.
Free kick going to go to the Saints. Mason Wood. Oh yeah, that's a bit annoying if you're a Geelong fan. Sets it up, does Wood. Who's at the back of the pack? Holmes. The shrug tackle was pretty good. Didn't want to concede. His kick's risky though. Maybe should have conceded. Though it is out of bounds. Not a bad result for the Cats defence, so they can regroup.
Consistency and having his body right.
Have a look at those stats. 60 to 62% in forward half this quarter. 13 to 4 inside 50s. I think he played in the VFL in just 2 games this year, rounds 14 and 15.
Steele off the deck.
It's been a clean
Out of bounds.
Reignite his career this year, Mason Wood. The Saints have shored up their defence in the last few minutes of the quarter, sending memory behind the ball, which is kind of a typical setup that we tend to see, but doing a great job, continue to still lock
In
it
we
in.
go again. No clear hit out. Mitch Duncan at the back. And Parfit actually got it out of the back. The pack, soccer off the deck. Ross, a little bit rough. Cameron, in a bit of trouble. Hair pass didn't work, but may still work anyways. The Cats could be out. Players streaming back. And that's a good mark by Membry, who's gone back behind the ball.
That's what team defence looks like. Working perfectly in sync. The importance of pressure around the ball to then allow those defenders to be able to take best position and intercept. The Saints have really got the game going in this second term. They've got the game on their terms for the first time. It's all Geelong setting the tempo. Sinclair to Hill. This is Windhager. Sinclair runs.
Sinclair.
Starting to get a little more expansive.
Oh, maybe now the Saints. Is this a late goal coming up? Oh, intercepted beautifully by Managola. Then stuffs it up. King. Butler. Open goal, Saints. 4-point game. We've got a good game on our hands. This one. A very, very good game. Behind to Richmond. Morris Rioli Jr. I'm going to check the injury. Runs for Port Adelaide and Richmond.
Beautiful kick from Sinclair. I love this from Jack Higgins.
Doesn't seem to be anything too serious.
Doesn't quite come off. And his ability to move on and intercept that footy again there. Just the importance of those smalls, quickly just moving on with the game and just making something out of nothing. It's those critical contests again.
He's happy with that one, Brett Rutten. Marshall wins the clearance. But Guthrie for the Cats. Wood. Myers. Good kick. Goes off. Myers. And Stengel.
Just what they didn't want. And just what he did want. Most of the time,
Gee, we know we've seen greatness from Noah Cumberland, but he hasn't even touched the footy yet in this one. Robbie Gray with a goal for Port Adelaide as the power at the front, halfway through the second term. So 17 seconds left as Stengel comes in for the kick. Right on 50.
Very competitive. Stengel.
Oh, look at that. Straight through the middle, right on the siren, pretty much. And with a second left. Geelong get it out to 10 points with their second goal of the quarter. And a much-needed one for them. Just to regroup and resettle for half-time.
So hard to get back in the game, and then just some brilliance by Myers here, and they just continually do the right thing over and over again, make the right decision, take the easy option, take the ball off the line when they need to, go and outnumber when they need to, and Stengel with a fantastic
Dangerfield looking on.
That's the thing that is most identifiable, is just how efficient they can be.
50 came up last week. Joel Selwood managed this week.
And there's Joel Selwood also looking on.
Long challenged in this second term.
Great games of footy keep coming your way on a Saturday night on Fox. The Cats lead it.
Half time.
53 to 43. It was a 22-point margin away at the Cats at quarter time. St Kilda, though, with 4 goals to 2 in the second term, have narrowed it to a 10-point margin. I'm joined by Nathan Buckley and Jono Brown, who are throwing stats at me left, right, and centre. Not normally your area. I expect the coach to do it, but you're starting to throw stats out too, Brown.
Well, the stats are completely flipped. First quarter, it was all Geelong. that quarter, it's pretty much identical stats, except St Kilda are the ones winning all the stats. It completely flipped on its head, that game. So it looked as if Geelong were just going to win.
Right, half time.
Now it's a real game, much like that game earlier this season where
bit.
St Kilda got back into the game and they beat Geelong at Marvel.
Well, Geelong have got a few out, but you've got to remember St Kilda are playing for their football lives in 22. So they've got the Western Bulldogs and Richmond breathing down their necks, and Gold Coast and the Dogs didn't get the job done today, but Richmond are the side, Saints need to win at all costs, so they're throwing everything at it.
We can have a look at the scores. As I said, it was a 22-point margin at quarter time. It's been narrowed down to 10 points. Stengel just continues in his potential All-Australian season. Up the other end is pretty much shared by the Saints. Some big outs, though, as you said, no Dangerfield, no Selwood, no Blitzarves, and no Gary Rowan. But Danger was the one pre-game that he did a fitness test on the calf. He said he'd had problems with it, just didn't feel confident in it. What are the coaches doing at this stage when the medical staff or the player, the message comes up that he's out?
Well, I think you've got to remember at the moment you're dealing with a 65% game midfielder. So you can replace that. You can. That's not one that's a structural change to you, because you shuffle the magnets a little bit. And as good as we're talking about a Brownlow medalist and a very good player, but we're also talking about just that game time in the midfield, and we can shuffle the magnets and bring someone in and get that done. Having said that, there's a tipping point when you miss personnel. So Blitzarves is already out, Selwood's already out. Okay, now Dangerfield's out as well. It does change the dynamic, and I'm pretty sure Chris Scott would be talking about with his group around playing role and the capacity to step up and play our way regardless of who's out there.
As professional as it is, do you have a moment as a coach when you just learn late that your star's out where you have that, oh no, or is it immediately you move on?
Of course you do.
Right.
It depends how much trust you've got in your group. And when you've got strong trust and when it's been demonstrated through the capacity for players to come in and you know that you're generally going to be able to get the job done, well, then you're a lot more comfortable about it and happy about it. But I think the biggest concern would have been we don't want Danger doing a calf 3 weeks out from finals. That would be the worst case scenario. So prudent decision is don't take the risk.
They seem to manage players as well as any team, don't they? So clearly Selwood's having a rest, and
how do you
they've been careful with Danger. Well, I think
Joel, you just have a rest this week.
That's
mate.
right. I think there's an understanding though. They changed the best and fairest structure because of that, to allow for guys to miss their 2 or 3 games through management. But clearly they were prepared, because Menengola and Tui, when you saw them on the emergency list, thought, hang on a minute, I smell a rat here. Something's going to happen. As we know, Geelong have got a bit of form with late changes.
Yeah, we got the quote from Chris 36 hours ago saying, I'm pretty sure that our 22 could change between now and game time.
Well, let's have a look at the stats. And you mentioned Menengola comes into the side. What a man he has to come in. And you can see there the disposals. He's right up there, Brownie.
Yeah, he's a fantastic player, isn't he? And with Isaac Smith out on the other wing, can be so damaged. He's one of their best runners, can play a lot of game time, nearly 100% of the game. So that's a good comeback for him. He'd be happy with that. And obviously a nice replacement for Danger. Good player.
AIA, good health, always with us on a Saturday night as we lead into Best on Ground. It's not about all or nothing, it's about all or something. King versus De Koning. It's one of those matchups that we could be talking about for 10 years, Big Brownie.
Key matchup, absolutely. A bit of Kerry Jakovic about it. Hopefully that certainly rises to those levels over the journey. And haven't done a hell of a lot. That was a good goal there by King to keep them in touch. Keep the scores close. He hasn't had a huge amount of opportunity, Max King, and De Koning's obviously just been playing on it. It's fascinating to watch 2 young gun key position players. I love watching that.
How much harder is it as a key forward than a key back?
At Geelong, definitely, but it is harder, especially in the modern day of modern defences, where you're not only playing against your defender, you're playing on maybe 1 or 2 other sort of zoning defenders, +1s and all those sorts of things. So absolutely it's a lot harder as a forward than a defender.
Because there's similar attributes. In an alternate universe, could Max King be a key defender, taking plucks in an innocent way, and Sam De Koning could be the key forward?
Well, he could be, that could happen. What I was impressed, Bucks, is when we've seen them live, is Sam De Koning's ability to read the play. Yeah. It's very impressive. So that shows me he's got good footy smarts and could play forward as well. So obviously I'm having fun saying how easy it is to be a defender, because De Koning's a star. We're not downplaying his impact on the game going forward, but it's just great to watch.
Best on Ground tonight. We're talking old suburban ground. You're going into bat in the Macca's moment for Victoria Park.
Yeah,
what was your first memory of walking in there?
Oh, Actually, one of my first memories, we played Fitzroy in round 1 and we played Carlton in round 2. And I was interviewed and I said, I can't wait to play the Blues in round 2. How do you reckon, Barney? How do you reckon your old coach Lee Matthews would have handled that?
He wouldn't have been happy with that.
He wasn't happy at all.
There's a bit of Ed Langdon about you.
Well, there was a bit of too much.
1 week at a
All
time, son.
knuckle roasting, so that was one of the first things I did when I came to the club.
I think I was there for that Fitzroy Collingwood game in round 1.
Right.
It was a beautiful day early in the season, of course. Jesus, how many ferals were there? Just unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. All the Fitzroy people just flooded in, mate. It was unbelievable.
That's all coming up later on at Best on Ground. The Cats, they currently lead the Saints by 10 points. Let's hear from our buddies at Sportsbet.
A huge game from the Gabba. We've got tomorrow Brisbane up against the Blues, and it is the highest scoring venue in the AFL. So the Brisbane Lions, they average 99.7 points a game. That is ranked number 1. The Blues go okay themselves, 86. And the Gabba, I said, the number 1 scoring ground in the AFL, 176 on average this year. So I expect it to be high scoring. And a player I love, Lachie Neale. Have a look at how good he is, particularly at the Gabba this year. Only once has he dropped down, and that was a game against the Bombers where he got tagged. But the Blues don't tag, so I'm expecting Lachie Neale big things. 30 plus for Lachie Neale. I'm going to put him into a same game multi, and I can track that in the same game multi tracker. So you go into your pending bet slip, and Lachie Neale will be in there. It's a small little line. It'll go along 24, 25, 26, all the way up to that magical 30 mark. So if you are punting on any of this, good luck. But please, gamble responsibly.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly. Soda, ginger, available can.
Primo.
Quarter Pounder Deluxe. And a Macca's glass. Free. With any medium or large quarter pounder range meal.
Hi, I'm Jenny. I want to get my restaurant online.
Great, let's do this. So that's Koa.
Hey.
She'll get your restaurant's website up and running. Prudy, social media guru. Jacinta's got your new FPOS machine.
And I'm Marcus. I just want some wontons.
And I'm Kieran, your small business expert.
Telstra now offers the digital solutions your business needs. We're keeping IT human.
A membership for Uber and Uber Eats that gives you savings and exclusive perks.
Membership is savings for guys who hate shirts.
A membership for sisters who got famous first. No. A membership that gives you savings and exclusive perks.
Jeremy Cameron. What's he going to do with this? This is someone who knows all about the big trades. He's got all the tools to get the job done. Would you look at that? Cash Converters. Making more of the things you want possible.
Who doesn't love Andrew Gaze? Always fun and games with the Bounce crew Sunday night, straight after the footy. It's after West Coast and Adelaide tomorrow from Optus Stadium, which is Josh Kennedy's final game in the AFL.
Yay.
Moves.
Do you not like Josh Kennedy? Not a fan.
Yeah, pretty smooth. We love Gazy here. Make sure you tune in for Bounce tomorrow night, Sunday. Gents, let's run through the results from the day, and we'll begin with Hawthorn's 7-point this afternoon.
Very good win. Jack Gunston kicked 5 goals.
Hero with 5 goals.
Easy at the moment with Gold Coast Suns' defence crisis.
Hawthorn, please, we'll get there.
No.
It was all about Ben McAvoy, wasn't it? His 250th game.
Yeah, the big boy McAvoy.
Other game, GWS, I haven't watched it, so I can't really tell you much. Hogan looked good though, apparently. Very, very good game as well. 3-0 and the Dogs.
Well, Jack Gunston said post-game he's the type of bloke you want to play for.
Yeah, he's just such a nice
country boy.
Such a nice guy. Very, very clever man, very smart. very emotionally intelligent as well. So, absolutely, I think that's the best way to sum it up. The sort of player that you would play for as a teammate.
Did he get eye of the tiger eventually in his career?
I never saw it at St Kilda because he was a young man. But I think by now, I mean, having played with the players he went with when he went across to Hawthorn, he would have learned, yeah.
Mark McVeigh and the Giants were a big talking point last week on Best on Ground when he blasted his players for being checked out. Well, they certainly responded this afternoon, comfortably beat Essendon by 27 points at Giants Stadium. Jesse Hogan took 12 marks and booted 4. What caught your attention most from this game, you two?
Well, I mean, Essendon have been in pretty good form, so that's a good win from the Giants. The question we asked last week was, can McVeigh be a coach next year? And you were pretty strong on that. So with more information, was there a bit of a coaching art in what he did last week to set them up for the next 3 weeks and potentially show his influence and clearly, or influence as positively as he possibly can on the group?
Yeah, well clearly,
tough love.
Clearly, there was an emotional response. I thought it was interesting, even at the selection table, that despite the really strong feedback and criticism, that there was no action from an integrity of selection point of view. But so then the art then that you gave the sting, but you gave your players an opportunity to respond. So you let them do something about it, and clearly they got the emotional response.
Well, it would be very different if GWS didn't win that game. We would have a very different. But in the end, when you win, when you perform, it can, from the outside, validates nearly anything that you do, even though that's not.
So how much of it do you think then was the art of coaching last week and providing the sting, or but if you really believe that your players had checked out, that was I thought last week that was pretty damning on everyone associated with the club, that you've got players checking out.
No doubt, but I mean, I think in this short 1 week span, you've said it's had the desired effect. It switched them on and said, hey, mate, don't float through this next 3 weeks. And I cannot say that, or I cannot be honest with you, and we can just let it float under the ether. But it's effective. And we'll see in the next couple of weeks what happens with the Giants.
Right. Pride's a powerful tool. They responded well.
Let's move on to Fremantle, who appear to be finals bound for the first time since 2015. So they beat the Western Bulldogs by 17 points at Marvel Stadium to jump back into the top 4. They'll fall out if Sydney beat North Melbourne tomorrow. But, Fremantle, they weren't as conservative as we've seen in recent weeks. And also, the Dockers are good on the road, aren't they?
They have been this year. They've played some really solid footy, particularly at Marvel Stadium. So, yeah, you're right. They were bold with the ball, or they were more bold than they have been, because they were essentially defending themselves with the footy. We know that set them up to be a really good defensive team, but you're never going to be able to kick a winning score doing what they were doing.
I'll tell you what helps is when you kick a couple of long bombs from outside 50. And Rory Lobb was in form in that regard, and O'Driscoll kicked a really good goal from the wing, where he took on the play and run through the top of 50 and kick a goal as well. So Justin Longmuir was talking about opening up the game offensively for us, but I think we focus on that a lot. Their defence has dropped right off, and for them to be able to turn the ball over closer to goal again and then to be able to bounce back.
One hand washes the other.
The Dogs have been disappointing. They've had plenty of chances to stake their claim and just haven't been able to put a run together.
They even within the game today, they had little runs, but couldn't quite get over the top.
So they'll need to beat GWS at Marvel next week, then Hawthorn in Tassie over the
Imagine all our enjoyment when the cow
finals. Interesting as well. The Dogs interested in Rory Lobb, but he puts that kind of performance on
if they do lose, then yes.
Score, so pretty tight game going on at the moment over on Channel 5.
Cow Dung Cats for Geelong. Yeah, sure.
Points,
if you want to call them that, then that's fine.
Heading into previewing this game, we were expecting a tough contest, and that's what's unfolding.
Yeah, well, the Tigers are in the same position. We're looking at St Kilda against the Cats. They need to win to stay in the hunt. And so the Tigers, and they want to get there. They're a proud club.
Looking forward to the second half, getting it underway at GMHBA Stadium, and then post-game, Best on Ground.
Melbourne, Brisbane, and pardon me.
You have a drink of water. I'll get to Jordan De Goey's.
It can be thirsty work on Best on Ground.
I think we're getting trouble. It's not a bottle of milk.
This week, an old friend drops by.
5-time premiership player and Hall of Fame legend.
And Bradley medalist.
Yeah, thanks, Dipper. We know.
Howie, if you realise he's a person, he's got a mother.
That's true.
We share our love of the suburban ground.
There's just some sort of feeling that you get when you're at Moorabbin that you don't get when you're at any other ground.
Plus all the news and excitement from a big day at the footy.
My recollection is that you were basically running the club back in, Brad.
So get your dance
racing shoes on for best on ground.
Do not like Chris Scott.
Those Victorians, that's
Just letting the Cats fans know.
Permission to take them out. Denied. You're a goose. Damn it, Rebel. You're out of line. I'm telling you, we don't need 6 legs in a multi. All right.
Quickly give an update about Richmond versus Port Adelaide teaming live, and obviously giving an update for a little while. Just about to go half time. Richmond currently up by 2 points in a seesawing contest. A very, very good seesawing contest.
Our ambition is to be Australia's most sustainable supermarket. We will be 100% powered by renewable electricity by June 2025. And we're introducing Together to Zero. Zero hunger, zero waste, and zero
Check the
emissions.
goals quickly. Danny Rioli's kicked 2. Noah Cumberland actually kicked a goal. Well done, young lad. And for Port Adelaide, Jace Burgoyne kicked a goal. Behind, Miles Bergman kicked it behind. That's really it. Very low scoring and low quality game.
Let us introduce you to your new tailor-made wardrobe. Custom clothing you love too much. I know this is a long shot, but there aren't any major events on this week, are there? Yeah, that should do it.
What do you reckon, Serdic? Do you think we can beat the Swans next week? It was going to be a tough one.
I know. Hello. When the night has come, is this Nan?
I think either way, it'll probably
Yeah,
be a
the 50s, I
thriller.
think.
It's going to be really
Still you
close.
remember?
Oh, it's going to be huge. I reckon the 2 players that we're going to need huge games from, Jack Crisp. I want 30 plus touches from him. And the other one I really want to see have a big game is Isaac Quainer. I think we might just lose in a thriller. Fair enough. I think that's fair enough as well. Looking forward to a good second half here.
Monday nights on Fox Footy always kick off with On the Couch, Gary Lyon, Jonathan Brown, Nick Brewell, and this week they're joined by Carlton superstar Harry Mackay following the Blues match against the Brisbane Lions at the Gabba tomorrow. And then 3:60, we've got Justin Longmuir and Ken Hinkley on Coach's Night. Longmuir coming off a win. Will Hinkley be? We'll find out tonight. We'll also find out, we've got a battle of the suburban grounds coming up on Best on Ground. Who have you got, Bucks?
I've got Vic Park. It's a tough gig for Rui tonight.
Moorabbin.
I got Moorabbin. Yeah, I got Mighty Moorabbin. But Bucks reckons he's got nothing. It's organised for Victoria Park, but I just reckon you're foxing. I reckon you got something big in store.
He's looking very relaxed.
I think you got something.
I think he's got
no more
something
foxing. I think you got something big in store.
What have you got?
You always stress about it. But
Yeah, I do every week, Bucks.
And I know that.
And I'm stressed about this too.
I know that you don't really want to win.
What do you want to see from the Saints in the second half here, Rui?
Well, more of the same. More of the forward pressure, I think, has been the thing that's kept them in it in that first half. They've been really, really accurate, which obviously helps. But they're having a crack. That's all you can ask for. We know it's a tough journey down there. Geelong they'll flex at some stage. They've just got to hang in and hope to be in it late when the whips are cracking and give yourself just the best opportunity through your effort. That's what they've done in the first half.
Here we go. Second half live from the GMHBA Stadium.
Stanley to go against Marshall, who gets the tap down to Steele, back to Marshall. Floats towards half forward. Awkward bounce
Sorry about that. She's going to go get a snack.
Stewart.
Game's underway.
Links up with Zach
Here's her
Guthrie.
third quarter.
And again,
Just started. Geelong moving the ball nicely out of defence. Close. Battle.
says play on.
Nice. Out of bounds. I've got a special video planned to come out. I think Tuesday morning. Stay tuned for it. Should be a big video, hopefully.
Sorry, just had to find the mic. Yeah, it's coming down a little bit now, so we could see a little bit come this way.
Okay, he's just putting on the rain jacket, Jono, and the microphone got lost in one of his 35 pockets. Good morning, right? Yes. That's good, Jono. It's going to precipitate a little, we feel. Kolajasny. Marshall keeps it alive with a very, very high ball. I think that might be out of bounds. No, Sharman. You water the mark? No. Put on the line. Put on the line. So perhaps a wetter second half. Duncan, great shot of this arena. The outer side of the ground.
A lot of movement, so he'll kick it long to the pack. Half it waits. It's not going to hit the deck, though, because Henry wraps his hands around it. Zach Guthrie, the run from behind. Spears a kick perfectly to Stanley.
Here we go.
He turns and goes
Geelong looking to try and kick the first goal. Cameron, Sinclair. Can they get one off the deck here? They should. They do. Jeremy Cameron with the first of the second half. And back-to-back goals to Geelong. Half time. Richmond leaded by 8 points. It was a late goal to, I think, Shy Bolton.
Just the importance of taking that extra space, giving that ball to a running player behind. Creates dysfunction for a defence. You're not sure where the ball's going, and then we see Cameron so good at recovering, getting back on his feet. So dangerous in the air, but on the ground as well.
They really work as a collective forward group, don't they, the Geelong forwards? Not many sides can say that, but they are genuinely a group.
And they complement each other's skill set so well, don't they? That Cameron Hawkins double, both really different types of players that fit so well together.
They go to Wood. Kings off to the lead, and that's a really much important kick back for Geelong to give them an opportunity. Another big kick coming up here for the Saints.
Ben, 1 metre to your left, please. I think it's important we acknowledge how good a job Marcus Windhager is doing at the moment on Cam Guthrie. He's been tagging him from the opening bounce. Guthrie's at 11 disposals.
So Ben Long going to have a set shot.
He's worn him like a glove, done a terrific job. He's generally one of the real architects in terms of creating their speed off half back.
It's a tough shot.
Accuracy here. That won't come back.
It's a point.
Been quite the quiet achievement, hasn't he, Windhager? To the likes of Newcomb, Kelly, Saab, Lloyd, Rosie, Miller, some big jobs. A young man who's supplying himself well. Here's Long. Handball misses Steele. Ball in dispute. Chance here for Tui. Steele comes the other way. Forces the turnover.
Butler.
Legging away from
Ragdolled. And they've given it an incorrect disposal. Free kick.
That was a great tackle by Atkins. Steele laid a good one for St Kilda, and then Atkins followed up. Won the free.
Real strength of his game, isn't it? His tackling. Holmes looks to run away from Wood. Good penetration on the kick. Hawkins the target. Clark fisted towards the line, didn't get it there. Close pops it over the top. Just clears Hawkins. Sinclair there for the Saints. Fashions a kick and finds Ward at half back. Has a man in space, kicks good, finds Sharman rather. Just a natural forward, Cooper Sharman. Finds a very different dynamic. That kick, a bit of a problem. Kolajasny got there, a bounce before Long. Kicks to half forward, turns it around. Here's Cameron from 55. Kicks towards Hawkins and a downfield. Comes unstuck from that kick in the middle.
Cool.
It was the right option. It was 100% on, but it was all just about execution, and that's fundamentally against sides of the quality of Geelong. You miss a kick like that, and they make you punish. They punish you, sorry.
Yeah, we spoke about that in the first half. The last 11 weeks, they're number one in the comp for scoring off the turnover.
And I reckon he was just trying to lead Long into a dangerous position to receive that football, rather than receiving it right in the middle. He was trying to get a little bit forward.
So Tom Hawkins' chance to kick his third of the evening. Just to re-establish a handy break for the Cats.
He's got a tomahawk, 22-point lead. They're starting to have the third quarter they had against the Dogs last week. This game could be over soon.
So Geelong with the opening 2 goals of the third term. And their 10-point half-time lead is swollen out to 21 points.
BT, you talked about the Geelong forward line working in synergy. It's these big guys, Cameron and Hawkins, their intelligence on the field. 2 really intelligent footballers, and they play that way. So dynamic and hard to play against, but so intelligent as well, in which they see the game.
I don't know whether it's possible to get smarter as your career goes on, but they have.
They say wisdom comes after.
Yes. Well, probably has
Do
been
it.
a little bit after for them, but they're still playing amazingly
Holmes.
well.
Crouch.
Wilkie. Duncan was the meat in the sandwich. Kolajasny absorbing the hip and shoulder. Dalhouse will take the free here, the advantage.
Free kick going Geelong's way.
His way of holding up the play here. He's done a tremendous job allowing the Saints to get back. And man up.
Wait, back here. It was a high. Time off, play on.
Dalhouse to Cameron. That's not 15. Gee. Duncan. It was barely 4 metres. Totally agree. Duncan now at the point of the square. Good reach battle.
Stand. Play on.
Wants to go and he's very wide to Owens. A neat little. Just corrected him under the footy there.
Out of bounds, sorry.
Well done.
Definitely going a bit slower.
Quite easily
At the moment, the Saints, they're boys.
Defended inside 50 again, so those little wins.
Steele run down from behind by Dalhouse. Marshall. Crouch. Guthrie tried to paddle to his own advantage. Patton coming the other way. It's picked off by Atkins. High kick
Long
inside
ball.
50. Stanley looks to
Try to get a fist on it to Jarman, Henry, Isaac Smith. And that's going to make it really, really hard for St Kilda. I know it's only early on, but Geelong, once they get out to that big of a lead, they're on top of the table.
Isaac gets his second, and suddenly the margin's back out to 27 points. It doesn't have to be pretty, but I love the work rate from Isaac Smith. He started actually at that stoppage and ends up on the end of it. The arm of Jeremy Cameron, not the head.
And the ability of Cameron Hawkins to defend and bring the ball to ground at being outnumbered.
13 of the 18 goals to the right of screen. I told you there was something
again.
about that end. There is
Steele. Good kick forward. Geelong. They need to make something work here to Saints. It's go time. They tried to go, but it didn't work. So they've given the ball back here, the Cats.
inside to steal.
St Kilda regained some control here. They managed to close down the Geelong game in the second quarter, but the Cats have freed the shackles early.
Long ball. And that's just embarrassing by St Kilda. De Koning was the only one there.
Duncan can flip it over the top. They spread so
Look at Isaac Smith go. Bursting through the middle of the gallery. Streaming it to Hawkins. Close. Cameron into a bit of trouble. Managola round the body. Works for Parfit. Close. Parfit goes back in. Howard. Webster. They're at the Saints.
The Saints aren't actually doing too much wrong. It's even in contested possessions. Their leading clearance is 5-1, but Geelong have certainly got their ball movement going again. They're able to get from density out into open
Nice
space,
kick
forcing the Saints to defend.
by Wood to Higgins.
Momentary lull here in the third. Tony. King.
How's it going to work? Comes out. King. Dalhouse. That kick's not very good out in the full. You look at who St Kilda have beaten in recent weeks. It's West Coast and Hawthorn, and ever since the bye, they've been shocking the Saints. I think the only other team they've actually beaten is Carlton.
Into the hands of Brad Hill. He'll have the short one, and that's where he'll have to go to Membry.
Geelong zone just shifts across the ground so well.
Great shot of it there. Players not necessarily guarding players.
Oh, Jed Buse. That is a superb mark. High ball long down the line, and it's marked quite nicely by Ben Patton.
Go short to Webster. Massive players in the middle of the ground right now. Two teams bouncing it between.
Good kick. Can they get the switch the Saints? There's the risky ball in the corridor. Worked. Doesn't have much to go to. Goes deeper into the corridor. Now they want to have some running game. Though it's smothered and turned over. Can Geelong make them pay? Cameron Windhager gets a hand in. He's got the ball and he just goes all the way back. They go around a long way. Sometimes you have to go the long way to score though. Remember, he can go long to the top of the square. Good kick. Owens drops a sitter. Long. Buse. Long ball again. Who's under it? Out of bounds.
For the Saints to set up a lock-in approach here and give themselves multiple opportunities.
They need the next two, the Saints.
Goals in a row, 3 of them in this quarter.
High ball, Marshall. Wins the clearance. Round the body, Jed Buse again. Oh, 50. That's going to hurt. Now Geelong get it all automatically out of their defensive half. Streaming forward because of the 50. Close. Cameron, can they make them pay Geelong? They normally make teams pay. Number 1 in the competition. Ball up.
Point margin. Midway through the third term was 10 points at the half. Geelong making a run.
It's a battle now. Reece Stanley, Ron Marshall both fighting to be on top of the fantasy spreadsheet right now. Reece Stanley's in front by 1. Need to get a hand on this. The Saints defense, and Patton did well. His kick shocking though. I reckon he is in range, Holmes.
Just got it on the boot quickly when he actually had 2 or 3 metres
He's a decent kick, this guy. It's not too far out. I reckon he's going to get the trip. Whether he's got the accuracy, I'm not sure. Oh, take a look at that. Straight through the middle. They're all over them at the moment, the Cats. This is the exact same as the game against the Dogs last week. I bet you the Saints will get fried of opportunities in the fourth, win the quarter, even though it doesn't feel like they did. It'll be a boring one.
He's impressive, isn't he? 19 years of age, played 25 games. Where's the number 9? The man you played a bit of footy against, James Kelly. Some similarities?
Yeah, and just looks a little bit like his assistant coach as well, doesn't he? If we get a split screen shot, it was a fantastic finish, but some real similarities between the two.
He's kicked 9 goals, 2 for the season, Max Holmes. Really
Here we go again.
Hanbury
with the clearance.
off to Ross. Saints
Marshall,
need to respond and start making a move
Ross,
here. Kick inside 50.
and De Koning. Another 50 against Membry. De Koning's still down here.
Sam De Koning in some distress. Come with me. Here's another look.
Yeah, that's high and late. A clear 50. And he's had the better of Max King tonight.
Doctor straight out to assess.
I feel like he's had the better of pretty much every single opponent he's played against this season, Sam De Koning. He's been incredible.
See how he's doing over the next few minutes.
Look at Jed Buse. Could have had a shot. Gave it off. Desperation smothered by Patton, who actually hasn't been bad tonight. I've noticed his game's been pretty good. Sinclair couldn't get it. Holmes again to really finish the Saints off. He's missed. Very lucky there, the Saints. Hill just stops. Got nothing to kick to. He wasn't great, but it worked at least. Third quarter's just started for Richmond. Quarter delayed. Keep you guys updated on that.
They've got to get the ball in his hands.
Any other ideas, Nate, that you feel could help the Saints' cause right here, right now, because it is season on the line now?
I think Joe's right with the speed of the ball, but even when you are held up, I'd like to see them
We've
go
just got to go. St Kilda. Their season's on the line. Can Guthrie around the body. Bounces out of bounds. What a start for the third quarter for Port Adelaide. Wow. Goal already in the first 30 seconds. Goal. Two, let me just refresh. Parfitt sets it up. No, fumble by Webster. Cameron. Hawkins. And they've given it ball. Saints defense was good there. Miles Bergman, the goal kicker. 11 disposals and a goal for him. And a behind, of course. Not bad. Not bad. Port Adelaide's best than William Drew. 16 touches. 12 handballs. 6 tackles. He's been pretty good. Ollie Wines is up there as well. Travis Boak has been somewhat good. Tui got it off the bounce. Stanley back to Tui. And Tui hits the target. Brian Myers can give it off if he wants. He may just be on his range.
So good at it, and the kick, it isn't floating in the air either. There's penetration, power behind it, and it's out in front. Fantastic pick up by Tui, and then just the smart.
I reckon he's right on his range here. Myers. He gives it his best crack. And sneaks it in for a point.
Had kicked 59-32 up until this year, could barely miss. Shoot the radar, just a little off.
Long ball. Kick out of the defence. Marshall. Ball up. Just getting checked out there, Dan Hanbury. He's had so many injuries, problems. Richmond with another behind. They're up by 3 points. Behind to
Mason Wood. BT, you mentioned Dan Hanbury. We're having a few conversations with physio and doctors at the moment, and a little bit of running up and down on the spot here, doing a few
Nick
tests.
Volostin off due to an injury. I'll keep you guys updated about that.
Jeremy Cameron, I wonder what the future is for Dan Hanbury. Get a thought off you in a moment, guys, if we can, on where he stands. I think he's uncontracted for next year. Holmes.
Yeah, does Dan Hanbury, he won't retire. Which will he go on with the Saints, or will he change clubs? I mean, he's played what? This is his 17th game for St Kilda, I think.
Well, I think they're testing it out now, aren't they, to see whether or not they think that he can be part of the team next year. I think there's a spot for him if his body can hold up.
Yep. No question about his talent. As you say, it's been a real battle for him, Job, in recent seasons. Hamstrings and calf issues, had surgery back in March on that.
Tell you someone that hasn't had an impact tonight for Geelong, Cam Guthrie. Some positive for the Saints. Windhager's tags actually has paid off. I mean, he had a good start to the game, but not so good now.
From Brian Myers territory, this is where he slotted it from last week with a wonderful kick. Dalhouse, one of those players on the fringe, looking to make every post a winner. Find a spot come September.
Long ball.
Thing to the top of the square. Close off hands. Ripped off the football. Crouch. Clark will take the tackle from close.
Geelong have just been relentless this quarter on defence. Saints have held their own in some of the contested ball and clearance.
4.5 minutes. This game is really slipping away from the Saints. It's going to be finished soon, I reckon.
It's a quick kick out. Koning couldn't quite control it.
Disposals. Top disposal leaders for Richmond: Dion Prestia, Trent Cotchin, Toby Nankervis, Daniel Rioli. They're up by 3 points. 5 minutes into the third quarter. Oh. That's a big call. As Richmond have kicked another goal, they're up by 9 points. That's St Kilda's first 50-metre penalty of the night after giving up 3. Gee, that was very, very lucky to get that as a free kick.
Put the ball out. If Stanley knocks it out of his hands, technically that's a delayed game.
Like a magpie, gives him a bit of mix. Butler's off to the right. Hanbury still looking a little nervous about getting back on.
Question becomes, how much does Butler contribute to that ball hitting the deck? Nate, how did you see it?
Oh, I liked it. I thought it was quite smart, to be honest. Obviously, still stayed on his line and just tempted him.
You were always an evil genius.
I liked it.
Goal to Tom Lynch. He kicked 3.
Across, takes the grab.
Yeah, they're up by 9.
17th touch for Mason Wood. It's a switch kick to Hill. He's got Sepros working hard to the flank. Now he's got Crouch working hard down the line. Next kick, the tricky one. Geelong got some numbers back. Long offered a lead to the 50. That's covered. So it'll be a deep kick towards the square.
Well, it's not bad,
Not paid. Stewart.
but not going to work. Nothing working for St Kilda.
Dismayed. Dan Hanbury back into the action. And with 3 minutes to play in the third term, Cats by 34 points. They've kicked 4 unanswered goals for the quarter.
Crouch.
Jasny.
Goes to it, Connor Jasny walks it over the boundary line.
So it would be Twisted tonight, we know.
With Matty Egan, who's an assistant coach down here. Terrific Geelong person.
That's it,
Steele. Atkins pursuing. Windhager. Saints set up a little mini opportunity. What a spoil that was. Timing, perfection. And the other man there, of course, both those guys missing tonight. Rowan, we knew, wasn't playing, and Paddy a very late withdrawal out of tonight's game. Stewart very short. Or Jasny.
This is just going to be another Geelong win.
Came out, regained control of the contest.
Up by 33 points.
Kick out wide, not to the advantage of Myers, and it's cut off by Patton. Brings it in more to Wilkie. Now Hill gets it and goes. Look out, Stengel.
Howard.
Uses Dougal Howard.
What a bad kick.
King's frustrations continue. Battle flips it back, but it's picked off by Atkins, who's run out by Crouch. Max King, 6 possessions, 2 marks this evening. It's been hard work.
It has. Ball movement hasn't been great, but De Koning's done a fantastic job on him as well. I think he's won the one-on-one matchup.
Marshall.
Stanley here.
Atkins.
Hill.
Hill to Crouch. This has got a bare goal for the Saints. Membry. Bounce.
A little swipe there. So a minute 37 in the third quarter. Remaining, been good tonight as Jake Kolajasny.
Richmond have another goal. Then responded by another Port Adelaide goal. So now, finally we get to see some scoring in that game. Didn't see much in the first half. Second half, we already have a couple goals. Richmond still up by 9 points though.
Guthrie told to go, took a step off it, fair enough. Stewart. So Geelong in control zone.
Here's a goal to
Looked up at the bench, seen the signs of a minute to go.
Jamrioli or something. Zach Butters kicked a goal though for Port Adelaide.
Here, Hanbury, head over it. Might get a free kick here, Hanbury. Umpire had a good long think about it.
Straight to Dan, straight to Dan.
Hanbury committed to winning the ground level ball and did it well. He's very smart by foot. Membry should mark this.
Tell you what, bloody Geelong defence is a bunch of beetroots.
As a result.
They've been very good tonight to the Geelong defence.
Different third term to last week.
Richmond with another goal. Oh dear, they're up by 15. Definitely need Port to win that game.
It's effective. It's just been done in a different way. Geelong showing their advanced game plan and their different gears, and maybe a chance
Close. No way, they get another Sharman. Finally, maybe for the Saints. Oh. Geelong's beetroot defence is just too good.
Just needs to be tidy. Tui out in space. Not much to go to.
Oh, gee, it was a shocking kick. That's the quarter. Unless... No, that's not going to be a free kick, so that's the quarter. Geelong with a 4-goal-to-nothing quarter. They've kicked the last 5 of the game. Carly's probably right there at the ground now having a cry. Goal to Richmond. Morris Rioli was the goal kicker. Morris Rioli Jr. Nothing like his great father.
We're here to celebrate the footy. 250 games to Ben McAvoy today, Bucks. We're going to talk about how the Saints let him go.
How did that happen?
How did it happen, Rui?
I'll tip the bucket on everyone.
That is coming up tonight on Best on Ground with the band.
Best on Ground. Best on Ground.
Did you know
You've got a whole world of on-demand entertainment at your fingertips. Press the home button and start streaming from Foxtel, Netflix, Prime Video, 10play and 9Now.
Pretty great.
See the latest series.
The jury is everything.
Or the biggest blockbusters.
Oh my God.
See a world of entertainment anytime with Foxtel.
We've seen an absolutely marvellous day's play so far here today. Oh, he's beat it!
Turn off the market, not the fun. Ladbrokes Market Control, exclusive to Punter Assist. You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Found tickets near the front. Should I get them?
Alright, ready for it. For a last quarter, it's going to be so exciting. Geelong already have this game won. So it's going to be so fun to watch. Another goal to Richmond. They could have this game finished soon. Jack Rewalt with his first of the night. Gene and Curvis, the skipper's been good. I'm scared as shit for that. There's going to be another wrong call.
Circle of friends and a welcome for new ones. There's Jameson, the smooth triple distilled Irish whiskey.
If you want to run stronger,
Jump higher.
move faster.
Hit harder. And kick further tomorrow. You need INC today.
INC Sports Nutrition is banned, substance tested.
And Informed Sports certified.
INC Sports Nutrition.
Powering tomorrow, today.
Hi, Nan.
Hello. When the night has come and the land is
Is this Nan? Didn't know she played.
Yeah, in the 50s, I think.
is the only light to see.
Your destination is on the left.
Ladbroken with Ladbroke Same Game Multi on the AFL. Take leads from the same game and watch your potential payout increase. Ladbroken with a same game
The
multi.
Richmond, yeah.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Definitely Richmond to lose this game.
Of Westworld, Mondays 8:30 on Fox Showcase.
Another behind.
Is that her? It is her. Is that Nigella? It is Nigella.
Is that Minute?
To Richmond.
It is Manu.
MKR starts tomorrow at 7 on 7.
Jack Ross, the behind kicker.
Geelong playing some very nice football indeed. All 4 goals in that third quarter to open up the margin to 33 support points. Not insurmountable by any means, but a really tough gig for the Saints trying to claw back ground here. They are in big trouble if they can't win this one, St Kilda, and they've got to find a way to do something here. Let's get downstairs to Jono.
Thanks, BT. And as we thought through that third term, that the sub has been activated here for St Kilda. Zach Jones to come in for Dan Hannelbury. Dan Hannelbury went straight down to the medical room.
What's Hannelbury done?
To the left here where I'm standing at the moment. Went down with the doctor and then Jones just started warming up straight away. So unfortunate news here
at Geelong here for St Kilda. Dan Hanbury, the 10 years that he played at the Swans, he only missed 19 games, and the 4 years he's been at St Kilda now, he's missed 66 games. So we hope for a speedy recovery for him to come back to play league footy.
I wonder what that means for his future. I'm sure they were looking to see how he went in this last couple of weeks. All right, guys, who stands up here and now?
What did he do?
Well, for me, I think
It's so
St Kilda, any
unlucky.
chance, it's got to be on the back of Brad Hill and his run and carry ability to break
Who stands
lines.
up? Bradley Hill.
That's what they need. They're going to need to
Okay.
be daring and dynamic, and I think he's the player who can
I
do it.
say.
And to add to that, I'd add
I say
Max
King.
and some of their tools.
Yep. I agree with you, mate.
They want to get some more flow on the footy.
Well done. You're with
They are
me.
at times still gonna
Lynch
have to
has
go
kicked
down
his
the line.
fourth.
They're going to need those big guys to not allow Geelong to just pick off and create scores from turnover, but they need to get the footy on the ground, allow their smalls to win it back and continue to surge forward.
So the margin sits at 33 points. Here's a look at the live ladder. Geelong playing to maintain that one-game lead at the top of the table. The Saints drop out of the top 8.
The low percentage is not good for them either, is it?
No,
It's effectively another game, isn't it?
interestingly as well, what you do with danger if you're in this position of Geelong, knowing that there's 2 rounds to go, plus the bye before the final
Oh,
start.
yeah, the sub has been activated. That means.
Speaking with the Geelong medical staff, maybe getting some clarifications of whether he should be.
That means I've got the call wrong.
Final term action.
Oh,
Saturday night football,
unfortunately.
GMHBA Stadium. The Cats in control by 33 points. And the Saints get something going here. Crouch. Hassled off it by Holmes. Allows Atkins to feed it to Minagola. And now Stanley. Holmes takes off from that contest.
Right, so that's another big call wrong. That's 5 wrong.
Penetrating kick towards the pocket. Hawkins almost can gather on the deck. Feed it off. Multiple options. Myers, Smith, goal.
Game. Smith goal. Game.
Once again, we see Geelong kick a goal early in a quarter or late in a quarter and immediately grab the momentum down to 39 points. What a move it's been for Isaac Smith late in his career. 3 flags with the Hawks and now in contention with Geelong. 3 goals tonight.
We see this long, deep, penetrating kick inside 50.
3 goals for Isaac Smith. He's been good. Him and Hawkins leading goal scorers on the ground.
Making sure of the goal, and Smith with his power work rate being able to get forward again and hit the scoreboard.
3 goals for Smith.
Behind to Richmond. Port Adelaide, sorry. Carl Amon. Richmond currently up by 27 points. In we go again.
I just love the way they look like they're enjoying themselves. It's refreshing to see.
Yeah.
You've never been a big smiler, have you?
No, I haven't. And
Look at that. Last 10 goals. They've kicked 6 in a row.
well, I had to say my day, but in any day back then, any smilers, and we were seen as farting around, and that was not good. Duncan
Geelong 3.
Everything was absolutely dead serious, playing for sheep stations.
I would have been intimidated by smiling if Lee Matthews was around.
Parfit's got it out on the wing. So they're going to send it up long, down the line. Good mark by Marshall, floating back.
Easy mark in the end. To Webster. Now Hill at defensive 50.
All to go. Thinks about coming back.
Behind to Richmond. To Shy Bolton. 2 goals free. Really needs to work on his accuracy, Shy Bolton.
Stewart and Membry. Stewart defensively to the line.
I think to answer your question on Segler down there, Jono, I think we just saw De Koning come back out, and he looks like he's. And you're giving me the thumbs up now, so yep, he's got the all clear to keep playing.
We've had that concussion check after the shot from Membry in the 3rd term. Guthrie. Sockers to the advantage of Myers. Close versus Sharman. Well done, Cooper Sharman. Toki's been thrown back again. Looks a natural forward, Cooper Sharman. Adds a different dimension to their side, but right now he's having to go where the team needs him.
We're playing him in defence for a reason, I reckon.
Atkins can't get through Jones. Somehow flipped it out to Hawkins. Now Menegola from 45.
Misses.
Left.
I think right now all we're seeing really, the Saints aren't doing too much wrong. It's just the quality of Geelong and their ability to execute fundamentals minute after minute. It's just breaking down what the Saints are trying to achieve. It's just
shocking.
Where they're at as teams, isn't it?
Yeah. But the consistency of Geelong to be able to do it week in, week out, season in, season out.
Richmond with another behind.
Yeah, absolutely. They have been remarkable. There's Hawkins. Anyone that defies that Chris Scott has done a great job is absolutely kidding themselves to give themselves finals chances and top 4 chances. And
Good mark by Zach Tui.
being ultra competitive is just what every club
Behind to
dreams of.
Northumberland.
It comes back to the people you have, isn't it? And that's Selwood, Hawkins, who have been here for such a long time and just so successful.
Stengel. Holmes. Guthrie.
Clear space for
Misses the lot.
There's the result.
Don't forget Stephen Wells.
Yeah.
The man who's put this list together for such a long time.
That's no coincidence. You get great people into your club, you put them in the right role, you give yourself a real chance.
But all you can do is get him to the top 4. I mean, you can't win it every year. No.
Behind to Port Adelaide, Connor Rosie. Isn't that his best night, Connor Rosie? The All-Australian contender. Probably will be an All-Australian at the end of it.
He soccers to the advantage of Max King. Wrapped up by Kolajasny. Ball jarred free in the tackle. Henry gets through the Jones tackle. Atkins. Stewart. Isaac Smith. And hasn't his game just been perfectly suited to this more expansive, dynamic style that the Cats are playing this year. Marshall to Mason Wood, one of his better games in a long time. Sinclair unsure of his options.
Jones in trouble. Ball.
Guthrie gets the free kick. Zach Guthrie short to Holmes, who just keeps on running.
When you bring youth into the side, it just creates so much energy, Jonesy, and so much hunger, and you can see that with this Geelong side. So hungry. They know spots are so tight and competitive.
They've only used 33 players all year. They're all quality. They're all capable of being premiership players. So the race is on for spots. And
Connor Jasny
takes the mark, switches to Duncan, who has to stand and wait. Ross a step late.
Duncan's going to go.
Duncan comes away. Finds Dalhouse at half-back. Back to Duncan now. Here comes Cameron.
Duncan.
Get it over the top. Got the shorter one to Smith. Sneaks the handball to Myers.
Isaac Smith.
Participant in giving these days. And Guthrie.
Free kick.
Got one high.
Gonna go to Cam Guthrie.
Stevic bringing him around on the mark. And sneaking down the far side is Zach Guthrie. He too looking for Cameron in the pocket.
And Cameron's going to have a
They're
shot.
such a quality outfit, aren't they? Just watching that ball come down this wing, it's just so instinctive. They're so in tune, both offensively and defensively.
Jeremy Cameron. Helping. He's a long way out for a snap around the body. Got the journey okay. Is it bent back?
He's got it. That's an insane finish. Jezza.
But you caught us a long way out to try that kick, but there's no shortage of skill in the trick bag.
He must have kicked at least 20 of those in the pre-game from that exact spot at the other end. Just keeps kicking them over and over. Jeremy Cameron from that position, one of the most reliable kicks in the competition. Dalhouse. Zach Jones runs onto the football path and wraps him up immediately. Talk about hunger. Geelong have only got 4 premiership players in their side tonight. Smith, Duncan, Hawkins and Dalhouse. So whilst they've been up there for a long time, they haven't had the golden ring, most of them.
And only 2 of those have been premiership players at Geelong, so...
Correct.
There is that hunger that burns.
Dalhouse off to Guthrie. To be so close so often. Myers.
Look at him go, Myers.
Chips it inside 50. Hawkins, you can see.
Good mark. Nice Sharman.
He set his feet, was frustrated, thought he was held. Sharman, a good sweeping kick out to Zach Jones at halfback.
Sam DeConing looked like he's just about to come on the ground, guys, so he's warming up and ready to go.
Thanks, Jono. 9 minutes out of the action for Sam DeConing. Owens. Hill. Myers back in the other direction. Flips it over the top to Dalhouse. Geelong running on top of the ground at the moment. If there's any other option, really, but you know what I mean. Close, taken out.
He's going to get to this one first, Stengel. Flips it to Cameron. Cameron sets it up. Close. Going to stream into an open goal for Geelong. And puts the cream on the cake. There's Rowan Danger, Selwood, all looking on. All probably could be back next week. Well, I reckon out of all them, I reckon Selwood's probably the best chance for him. Assuming he just got managed.
Not that the percentage is needed, but they're even starting to get into that area now of finding a little bit there, the Cats, but they've got plenty of premiership points up their sleeve.
See, as Cameron pulled the kick, I think it was intended for Hawkins, and post just fired through. Another finish. It's textbook football here.
7-3 to 3 behinds in the second half.
Very impressive. Hasn't all been with a rush.
Here they go again, Geelong.
Their system again got on top of St Kilda's. They got the game back on their terms as Tui kicks to half forward. Finds Henry. Sign of a quality team. You can win in different ways. Tonight's win very different to last week. Tonight's been all about system.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what we're seeing is their ability to be able to punish on turnover. You know, the Saints have fought back around the contest where we expected them to. Well, they needed to match Geelong, and they've just found another way to beat them.
Marshall, Dalhouse goes to ground. Owens, the outside of his boot, looking for Membry in the air against Henry, and then wins it on the ground. Flips it back to Max King. Clark stabs a kick.
Wow. Isaac Rankin's been offered $4 million 5-year deal from the Crows.
It looked like a team, Joe, that are extremely predictable.
That's a pretty good offer.
Yeah. They are,
and if
talk about, you know,
and I reckon the Crows are going to be good next year, to be honest.
The team environment. Saw before Hawkins celebrating harder than anyone else the close goal, and that's the kind of environment that you want to be part of. That's a successful. And you know, Hawkins and Selwood have been key drivers of that culture, and they inherited from the guys that they looked up to when they first arrived. But there's no accident why this Geelong team continues to play at such a high level year after year after year.
Smith demise to Atkins and now to Cameron, who took it on the half volley and then went out. A little bit of confusion. Thought he might be able to pitch one for a moment there, Jeremy.
Ross. And Angola picked it up very, very cleanly. Long able to cut him off. Aim in Angola. Dalhouse to the one of Smith, who is up running past it. Zach Jones through a little bit of traffic and got it into the hands of Hill, and there's a beautiful kick, and now Membry goes into the one-on-one.
That's a decent kick, but too good, Zach Guthrie.
Duncan, have a look at this, just walking it up the corridor. O'Connor back to Holmes, and
Wide to Isaac Smith. He too wants to go again. Dalhouse, who's done a really impressive job getting the late call. Now Parfitt goes inside with an old wobbler.
2 goals late in the third quarter. It's been a very, very, very long third quarter. That's for sure for Richmond. But Cumberland kicked one and
way through and just make the right choice, choose the right option.
Charbon kicked one.
It's incredible
to
to
be
watch, really, their
time.
ability just to be able to think their way through situations.
See the hold there. And he lines up for goal. And of course, Cameron and Hawkins, 110
Here comes
goals
Manigaula.
this year.
Puts the Cats into the 100s. I reckon Cardi's probably left the ground now.
So the Saints sitting on 46 points coming into this evening. The average opposition score here just 57 points across 7 matches.
Cat scores conceded at GMBA 70, 69, 47, 55, 32, 63, 66, an average of 57. Seaman, that Geelong St Kilda looked pretty good in the first half. But yeah, there's still 2 goals off it. Port Adelaide with a late goal to give themselves an inch of a chance in a 33-minute quarter, by the way. It's a huge goal. Kicks by Finlayson for a second. Such a long quarter that was. Still going, I think. It is.
Marshall down to Steele. Going out of the game a bit in the second half. Bouncing football allows Stewart to run back onto it. Higgins tries to apply some pressure. Stewart to Atkins, who can't quite hang on.
Have a look at this. When you look around here, I know the ground is under construction to a certain degree, but there's just not one empty seat in this place. It is amazing. They keep turning up here and it doesn't look fantastic.
Why not right now? They realise they're on the verge of something special. Atkins. Here's Stengel.
Look at Stengel go.
Tyson Stengel, that kick a little bit too much on it for Stanley. Huffy and Sharman.
Loki. Billings.
Now to Sharman. To the wing for Webster. Finds Butler at half forward as Sinclair cruising past. Goes more direct inside 50. Good front and centre crumb from Higgins. Fall away shot at goal.
It's a goal.
They get their first of the second half.
You heard the man. St Kilda finally have a goal. 3/4 time, Richmond up by 34 points.
That goal from Higgins. Geelong's first goal since the second term. Marching back to 52.
See, he's being able to find that pocket kick that they're able to use when they were going well in that second quarter, and then Higgins in a good spot, front and centre. Done some good things, Higgins.
Gee, Mason Woods have been good.
Gold Coast and West Coast in the run home, Nate, for Geelong. Is that a concern at all that they're not real tough games for them?
Oh, I think they'd be looking at it as a chance to tune up to some degree. You know, I think ideally you would love a really tough hit out, but in some sense you also want to get to finals fit and healthy and in terrific form on top of your game, which I think they will be.
Ross. Sinclair. Windhager. Brad Hill didn't get the bounce he'd hoped. Now O'Connor absorbing a punishing tackle by Steele.
They're coming out of a really tough period as well. Geelong, Richmond, Port Adelaide, Melbourne, Carlton, Bulldogs, St Kilda, and they've handled them all.
Yeah.
So you would think that they have
proven everything,
proven themselves up. And
Long.
Stengel.
And gathered all in one motion. Stengel.
DeConing.
Battle sits underneath this one. Couldn't complete the grab, but will
Battle.
off the deck and give it
Sinclair.
Bounce
Hill.
to Hill.
Back to Sinclair. Sinclair run down. Come out though. Hill. Butler. And a mark to St Kilda.
Chance for the Saints to kick their second of the second half. And it's Marcus Windhager, one of the real positives this year, coming into this side. Basketball as a junior, played for Australia at under 15 level. Before turning his attention to football. Really impressive, the 18-year-old.
Missed it. Badly.
Slices that right. With Dangerfield, Selwood, Blitzarves, Rowan, all still sitting on the sidelines to come back into this team. There's plenty of pressure on its selection.
Absolutely, yeah. And BT's question before, I think the maturity and experience of this team, adding those names back in, there's such competition for spots that you'd expect that standard to not drop, but if anything, go higher against those teams that they play in the last couple of rounds.
Nice mark by Holmes.
Drawing handball to O'Connor. He does likewise to Mitch
Duncan.
Neat little toe ball to Hawkins. Look at them hug the boundary line all the way through here.
Isaac Smith, who has kicked free tonight, has been very good. What can he do in the final 6.5 minutes of the game? Sets it up long. And Zach Guthrie is going forward. It doesn't normally go forward. Can add his name to the list of goalkeepers.
So Zach Guthrie, who's Jason had said cemented a spot for the first time in his career. I think he said he played the last 13 games or so, Jace.
Yeah, and he's an example, BT. Perfect. Played 5 of the last 6 last year, missed the qualifying finals, a sub for the semi. You'll be hungry. Directly in front. No problem.
Got it. Geelong up by 57 points.
A whopping 57-point margin now.
Listen to that roar for Zach Guthrie.
have a look at this lip and mark, but just want to watch the celebration of the people around Guthrie here. Look Dalehouse there. He's on the edge, coming in for a first game.
Look at Cameron.
Like that's culture that we talk about, celebrating someone else's success, not about the individual. Look, Dalehouse is a great example about that.
He's worked hard, been on the rookie list since 2017. Easy to sort of forget that because it feels like he's just suddenly popped up, but been around for 5 years, working really hard.
And you get happy about yourself as well, Joe. But
you're not allowed to smile.
Henry in the ruck down to Atkins. Spears towards half forward. Wilkie in best position. Play on. Sharman. Stand. Play on. Back to Wilkie.
He's been good tonight, Zach Guthrie.
Sold Clark into some trouble. Good pressure, Dalehouse. Affected the kick to Crouch. Back to Clark. And once again, the Cats, that pressure to not give up on a play. They just collapse the pocket in on the ball carrier and hold it up.
Yeah. And you look at the time in the game, the scoreboard, all irrelevant. It's about the expectations of the team.
Marshall into space for Holmes to get there first. He's wrapped up by Hill, but still managed to find his boot and take a bit of territory. Sharman will get there ahead of close and
out of bounds.
To the line. So just under 5 minutes remaining. 57 points the margin. Very Very flat St Kilda box, as you'd imagine.
Yeah, Brisbane, Sydney to come for Brett Ratton and his team. It's a tough way to finish. You've got to say, right now, it's not looking good for them this year.
Rowan and Reese.
An incredible, difficult task.
Especially with a Richmond win over in the West.
Through the stoppage. Now Higgins just down the line here for Ward. Good overhead.
He's been a real positive tonight. A really good game from Wood.
Yeah, he's been solid.
That kick's a good one as well. King nearly had it. Buse.
Tom Stewart just
Good kick. Stengel.
Stengel, another player that added a new dimension to what Geelong do up forward.
Most impressive part of their year for mine is their ability to adapt and evolve. Marshall, some of that's personnel, some of it's game plan. Looking really solid and in sync heading towards September. Still a long way to go, of course, in terms of time to be up. No reason to suggest right now they're falling away in any way, as Joe mentions, the culture and the desperation right there from the first minute to last as Steele.
Geelong are definitely favourites for the flag. We're second, I'd say, at the moment. Third, maybe Melbourne. Sydney's up there. 3-0.
Runs away from a lunging.
Oh, up there.
Takes a bounce. He's going to get run down. There's another example.
That's a big tackle.
To his kick is dangerous. It's going to get cut off. Can they make them pay the other way? Hill to Higgins. Well done. Cameron gets back.
Oh, Jeremy Cameron getting back and saves the day.
I think for me, that piece of play right there epitomises Geelong right now. Cameron's effort this late in the game to go back, get a fist on it defensively. That's just an incredible standard from a senior player that's just driving to the line.
So King now. The stoppage here. Picked up in the end by Owens. Just a couple of minutes to go. Dan Hanbury. Let's hope that's not too bad. And an interruption to something that he was trying to get going to prove his fitness.
Webster.
A few years of disasters.
And smothered by King Guthrie out of bounds.
Smothered there. And Webster. You wonder what Dangerfield and Selwood are thinking, sitting in the stands here watching the team.
King Guthrie actually hasn't been that bad.
There it is. That's what they're thinking. Not much.
For a Marcus Windhager tag, that's pretty good. I think you'd take that.
Long is presented well. They finish with here, the Saints. In with a one-on-one ball and back to help as usual for the Cats.
Behind to Port Adelaide.
They do it down back.
Just over 2
Looks
minutes
like it was Mason, maybe? No, it was a rush behind. Gee, Nankervis has been good. Well, they're 5 minutes into the last. We won't find out that result. And this stream member is going to have a shot.
To work hard tonight, Tim Membry. Tom Stewart stands about 1.5 meters off him. The umpire says you need to come back about 8.5, Tom. Membry to step around. On their blocks away, but they won't get to Tim Membry.
Yeah, he's got it.
First of the night. Second, rather. 2 to Membry. 30-goal season for him.
kick and well read by memory. But for St Kilda, they're probably going to be on the outside looking in by the end of this round, and they just have to focus on their game, what they can get out of the last
Maybe
two rounds.
in this minute and a half here, maybe St Kilda can maybe try and get one or two more, and hopefully maybe try and get some percentage back, but that's not going to happen. Maybe Geelong can get some percentage back. Steele wants to run. He goes. He sets it up. Cut off by Stanley. King. Ross. Crouch. Owens. Jones, the sub. Butler streaming after it out of bounds. Final minute of this one. It's been a Geelong second half blitz.
It's not being allowed to slip in. Maximum effort on every play. It's the best safeguard against
Henry into the ruck against Membry.
High kick. Myers moves his man
Sinclair.
under the football. It was spilled at
Jones.
Flips it in the steel direction.
Steele caught by Cameron.
Takes him to ground with a vigorous tackle.
Reece Stanley's been good tonight. He's had the 7 tackles as a ruckman, 5 clearances. Pleasing for him coming back into the side.
Henry slaps it outside 50. Hill sells the dummy, gives it off to Patton. Can he hit a target inside 50? Long's got to sit on Dalhouse. May have the last kick of the game.
That's your line. Stand.
So this will be the last kick of the game, you'd think. Or one of the last. Ben King. Ben Long, sorry. It's a goal. Right on the siren, there it is. The Cats are with us. They are a very, very good team. That is just smashing by Geelong. There it is, guys. Geelong win here by quite a comfortable margin. Richmond up by 32 points. I reckon that game's pretty much done as well.
Down to ground level, here's Jono.
Thanks, Joe. Scott Mitch Duncan here. 11 straight wins, mate.
Very, very good win by Geelong. Thank you guys for watching. Hasn't been the best live stream, that's for sure.
Thanks to the fans for coming out tonight.
Yeah, quite noticeable tonight. Zach Crawford kicks that goal in the last quarter, but it's not just him celebrating. It's the whole team, the culture. It's really something special here.
Look at that. They got the Suns and the Eagles. I'm not going to spoil next week's game against the Suns, but the Eagles. That's going to be an absolute scalper, I reckon. 47 different people have come in to watch this. Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys later. Very, very good win there by Geelong. 45-point win. I'll see you guys next time for another live stream. Cheers.